ready.
Oh shit, it's already recording?
Yeah.
Okay.
To hold purpose where there is no purpose, and vice versa is where our voice will be heard. To offer you a place where you will hear ideas that transcend the usual political ideas we do not fall in the left or the right. My friends, we are the Primal Primos, the minds that will produce the next species in existence, the middle ground to human and next level shit. The mixture of primal and class, the heavy cream viciously cycled at speeds that excel the horsepower of 3 Lamborghinis. Yes, with a few berries and kale. Ew. The dark terrors, both organizational and the snowball effect of malevolence, are at play, yet our sense of being shatters at any prolonged state of not knowing what to eat for dinner. Existing in a system of nurture, some of us hold the pitchfork of the devil to castrate those who go against the ideology of such basic common sense. He spilled my milk. She threw my ball over the fence. Zer pinched me right on the tummy facing skin of my arm. It really hurts there. Welcome to a place that seems like a chit-chat of alien homies on a floating table. Listen and repeat.
I like the intro. Thank you, Jeremy, for that beautiful intro. You sound very sexy. Very sexy.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Jeremy? It's been a while since we, met for this podcast, I guess.
Yeah, I'm doing very beautiful. I feel as hyped as ever. I was really afraid that was gonna be shit, but I was feeling it, and I hope it wasn't too loud for you guys. But welcome to Primal Prequels. This is
Primal Prequels.
the second episode of this god awful shit.
God awful shit. We changed it. Of course, we changed the name second time.
name.
We might change it every episode. You never know.
And listen, I was serious when I said this is gonna be next level shit, though. Okay, I can't guarantee that you're gonna be a smarter person, and by the end of this, which you're probably not gonna be.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably be dumber.
But
In
what
a
I'm
good
saying
way.
is, there you go.
In the good way.
Read my mind. Like that was some telepathic shit right there.
There you go.
So.
Because we're primos.
We're Primos. How do you want to start this? How do you want to start this?
The audience, we left the audience with a lot of stuff. I don't know, what do we leave off with the last episode?
To be honest,
we don't know fucking where we at.
we don't know what we talked about. You guys, at this point, know more than we know about ourselves in some ways. But
I mean, a lot of shit has happened since that day, I guess, A lot of stories, a lot of crazy shit has happened,
Armando has this thing where he charms the ladies, and it's something that is very respectable, and it is in his character, and I almost feel like I do not possess that characteristic. But indeed, not everyone is perfect, and so in this instance, are you allowed to reveal names? Maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, last time we said names.
Last time we said names. Do you want to do a first name? You want to do a last name?
We can just say by the first letter.
All right, first letter.
Of the first name.
Yeah,
Oh, that actually is better, right?
give a first letter. I want you
Z.
to say
Z. Her name is Z.
So Zoe,
You. I don't feel like you're just gonna throw that name in there, you
so
bitch.
she was gonna so Z. Is it too late?
It's too late now. Fuck
Okay.
it. It could be any Zoe. Fuck it. Who cares?
That's true.
Who gives a fuck?
So there was this particular lady that he knows, and I want you to set up the story right now. So go ahead and
All
bang
right.
it.
Let's start out.
Go ahead and bang it and fuck it.
Oh, let's not be that aggressive. Let's first caress it. Give it a little kiss before you.
Go ahead and bang it and fuck it and caress it.
It'll be the other way around. Hold on.
Okay. Continue.
All right. So it was the fall of 2017. Beautiful fall. It wasn't rainy actually. It wasn't that much of a rainfall throughout this semester. It was a sunny days, but it wasn't that sunny towards the end of the semester because I got. No, let's not give it away too much with the blue balls. We got blue balls. Well, I got blue balls. I don't know about Jeremy. He probably got blue balls just hearing the story.
Exactly.
Cause I got blue balls. So let's start out with this girl named Z. I was in this acting class, and my teacher partners up with another student in the class, and we had to do like a Shakespeare scene. It was Taming the Shrew. If you guys know anything about that, because I actually don't know. I only know one of the scenes that he gave us, literally, and it was a very sensual scene, I guess you could say. I was Petruchio and she was Katharina. And in this story, basically, Petruchio is trying to get Katharina to marry him. And by all means, basically, I guess he got consent by her father, and basically the father's okay with it. But I guess Katharina still does not want to marry Petruchio. And Petruchio's kind of hard-headed. He likes to listen to himself speak. So he's this type of character in a way. And in a way, I kind of became this character. I embodied this character, but I kind of became him in a way towards the end. But in the beginning, I was just playing with the scene, Petruchio, whatever, Katharina. So we got the scene together. We gotta memorize the scene. So the first day, for sure, we gotta be like, we met. We're like, okay, let's exchange numbers. And I'm like, okay. At first, I'm like, okay, she's just a partner like anyone else. I kept it professional.
And I remember at that time, I think you were talking to a few ladies, and you weren't locked in on the target yet.
I wasn't locked in. I was actually locked into another target, and from
was it the legs girl?
It was the legs from my soccer class that I was taking that semester, and she had very nice legs. This girl in the soccer class, she's a white girl with some nice ass legs. That's all I can say.
We should dub maybe once a year who is Miss Lady Legs.
Miss Lady. We give awards.
Yeah, we should just.
Oh, we should probably give awards. We'll give awards towards the end of the story. Hold on. That's actually a good idea. We have to write this shit down. But anyways, forward just to like a week or so, we had to memorize the lines.
I was serious when I said we were getting primal.
We're getting fucking primal up in this bitch. But anyways, we forward to a week later, we have to I guess rehearse the lines. We gotta show it in front of the teacher, like what we're gonna do. And he gave us pointers basically. And he was like, you should actually drag Katharina to your lap and say that you actually want to marry her and all this shit and whatever. And it was kind of weird because he did that to Zoe first. He brought Zoe to his lap. He was like, you gotta do this and this. And then Zoe was like, Zoe, I already fucking said the name. Whatever, fucking Zoe, whatever. Whatever. She was she was like weirded out. You could tell she was weirded out. She was like sitting up straight, like, yeah, okay, do this scene and this and that. He pulled her into his knees, or like to his lap, basically, just for a quick second, just to show her what to do. Well,
one could say
it was was
non-consensual, and rapey.
A little rapey, but I mean that's acting. You just gotta be professional. You gotta be professional about it. I guess we were both sexually minded, and we're like, we just thought it was wrong, but maybe for him it's just like, it's just acting. You just gotta go with it.
Exactly.
But he taught us. He told us to do that basically, and I was like, okay. And when it came to us practicing by ourselves, I was like, okay, let's get you in my lap and everything. And it felt like it was not weird, but I was like, damn, okay, she's sitting in my lap or acting, and it's just like it was getting. At that point, I was like, okay, this is kind of sensual and kind of getting a little touchy now, getting more physical and everything. But it wasn't at that moment when I realized that I
got a boner.
Oh no! That I liked her. Damn, motherfucker! That one just not horny. Fuck.
No, I was just sometimes you sneeze and sometimes you cough and sometimes you say a random word.
And you just pop one up.
No, I just said boner like by accident. It was just like a sneeze. It was just
like you say it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, Jeremy. That's crazy. But anyways. That wasn't the point. I guess the point where I actually liked her was where I guess we were both standing up and I was trying to be aggressive towards her and I was like trying to get her to marry me. I was saying some shit and I was like, I grabbed her arm and I brought her towards me and I looked down. She's kind of a short girl, so I looked down and it was kind of like a movie moment where I saw lights come down on her face. And you see like I see like when is Jeremy can stop with. I see little freckles on her little cheeks, on her little rosy cheeks, and I see her little eyes sparkle a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit, I kind of might like this girl a little bit. And then she was saying some of her lines, and I was like, I forgot my lines. I was like, oh shit, I just got distracted. I was like, I didn't say that. I was just like, oh fuck, I forgot my lines. But it was because I got distracted by your beauty, basically. And I'm like, oh shit, this might be into something. Maybe soccer legs, nice legs is out of the picture. Now is Zoe in the picture. I'm like, okay, it's
So
not.
is it Z or is it Zoe or is it Z Zoe?
It's Z Zoe.
Okay, Z Zoe.
It's Z fucking Zoe.
Yeah.
They know who the fuck it is. Y'all know who the fuck it is.
And by the time I end the podcast, we might reveal the full name. Well, shoot.
Let's not. I don't think we said that for the last podcast. No, we didn't say the last names. For sure, we're not gonna say last names. But yeah, we're going towards, I guess, a few weeks in. I guess I was trying to actually meet with her during the Thanksgiving break. We had a Thanksgiving break, and I was trying to tell her, oh, do you want to practice during the week, or like if you're gonna be in the city? And she's like, no, I'm gonna go back home to Sacramento. And I'm like, fuck. I was just like really hoping. She probably would be down. She would have been down if she actually stayed in the city. But I'm like, fuck, she's not gonna be staying in the city. But I tried keeping in contact with her over the break. Remember that?
Did you say whatever she said? It was just like.
Oh, at that. Oh, at that point. Okay, that's not that yet. Hold on. That's another point where my ears were ringing in disbelief. But we'll get to that point. But yeah, she was what'd she say? Oh yeah, we were talking. I was talking to her throughout the winter or the Thanksgiving break. I sent her some snaps and all that. You know, I went a little crazy with the snaps.
Oh, you went a little crazy with the snaps.
Nah, actually, I didn't go crazy. I went to.
You're like, Jeremy, what should I say? I remember that.
Yeah, I was telling Jeremy. I was like, what should I say in the snap? I was like literally on the floor, like trying to take a picture of my dog, just to like send one back to her.
Yeah.
I was just going crazy with the snap. I just wanted to get like a good response, or like, you know what I mean? I was just trying to get her to like me, basically, in a way. Yeah. So I was kind of feeling it. She was feeling it. We talked a bit, but this girl, I'm telling you, she's a little weird. I don't know, something about her.
But she wasn't weird yet.
She wasn't. I could tell she was gonna be weird from those little moments. So like, okay, maybe there's a little red flag. You know what I mean? It's just like, wait, it's like
weird, it's like iffy. Like she's not
in it. Like she wants to be in it, but she doesn't want to be in it. Kind of like that. You kind of feel it off. Like, oh, maybe I don't know. Okay. So you question like, oh, but then you shrug it off. Huh? Yeah. You shrug it off. Yeah. But then later on, after that week, then we came back. We rehearsed again, and we talked a lot more. And she told me, this is the really heartbreaking part. She told me that was gonna be her last semester at SF State. That's why I hear in my ears right now. When she said she's going to Long Beach, I was like, what the fuck? At this point, I was like, she might be the perfect girl. I was like, I might ask her out to be my girlfriend. Or I used to go on a date or whatever. See where it goes from. Like, I can actually picture this in my mind. Yeah. And then she said... What do
you think when you see her?
She said she was going to Long Beach after the semester.
What do you think when you have, like, a normal interaction with her? You, like, think she's attractive? You think she's beautiful? You think she smells good?
When I was with her, like...
Yeah.
I was just...
Like, when you like a girl, you have this very particular feeling... And it feels very personal.
I like it because she was just like, she was like funny. She will say what she wanted, basically, but not be like, she's not like a mean girl. She like want to say shit, talk shit. She would just be nice and be cracking jokes every now and then, and she would laugh at my jokes and everything like that. You can feel the vibe, like there's something there.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that's a real thing? Like, it's just you think it's beyond like just eye contact? You think it's really like somehow in one way or another you can sense someone's energy almost, and it's almost unexplainable? Do you believe in that?
That's true. I feel like it's unexplainable. Nobody knows how to... It's not scientific. You can't scientifically prove this. It's like something that's...
You don't think it's the whites in your eyes? Because there are whites in your eyes, you can really tell if someone's looking at you, and like it's just a body language, a smile, just the little things that like creases in the nose. I don't know.
But you have to have that connection. I could look in your eyes, but I'm not gonna be like in love with you, motherfucker. You just gotta be like,
but
it's
I
like,
love you.
I love you too, bro. But there's different kinds of love, basically. There you go. But still, you gotta have like this. I don't know. It's just you feed off of each other, basically. Like little hints, little emotions, little things or whatever, little like flirtations moments or whatever. But I don't know, like when I first started to like her, like one little shine on her face or whatever, like the little freckles I saw and then the little eyes that glistened a little bit. I was like, oh damn, like it's something that you can't explain. Like it just happens naturally. Like, oh fuck, okay, like damn.
I remember before this, you were telling me I haven't felt this since like last year or something like that. Like
Well,
with the girl, with even though you hang out with girls and stuff like that.
I haven't felt something like that like this in a while, but I didn't get any butterflies in my stomach. That's the only thing that missed out. And the last time that happened was with
Me.
y'all. Motherfucker, you swear?
I'm still on the fact that you that was the first time I said I love you and you said I love you back.
And we both, went to bed and, made little
Cornflakes.
cornflakes. Oh, little Fruit Loops.
Because cornflakes is like yellow, but it's also like corn is from Mexico. So like, we made this.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. He's been like this all day, guys. He's been with the puns and shit like that. But back to the what were you saying? I don't even know what the fuck we were at.
This is better than yours.
Oh. I'm scratching my head.
So Zoe.
Zoe. So where were we at? So I guess she told me she was going to Long Beach, and I was like, fuck. I really wanted her to be like, not my girlfriend. Maybe she could have been my girlfriend, but I was like, oh fuck, I could go out on a date with her. She might have been the perfect girl. But then she said she's going to Long Beach. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, whatever. If anything happens, it happens. So later on, we keep talking. We keep rehearsing it. And at one point, I was trying to get the scene a little more romantic. Because she invited me to her house one day to go over one of the lines. And
but by this time, this was like your third rehearsal, right?
This was like a lot. Yeah, we practiced a lot. Yeah. This was
so the first time, you asked her, right?
I didn't ask. Oh, I didn't ask her.
Oh, you didn't?
It was until like the very end. Until like the very end. So like.
I remember there was a funny moment where you Snapchatted her. You're like, I need someone to practice my lines, and she's like, you can practice with your dog or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Remember
I'm like,
that?
no. She said she could practice with your mom or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this was during like this. I guess after it was between I guess Thanksgiving break or something like that.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't there. She's like, oh, I don't have anyone to practice with.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you can practice with your mom or something like that. I'm like, you little bitch. No, I didn't mean that. But she's just, and I was like, no, well, my mom's not gonna be here in the winter. It was like, oh, my mom's actually gone for the Thanksgiving break. And I don't know what she said. It was like, you could practice with your dog or something like that. I'm like, I guess I will. I'll just practice with my dog. But yeah, later on, she invited me to her house to like actually get shit done to practice it. But I'm not sure if it was a hint to make a move there.
All right, my question is real quick. When you guys did the rehearsals, did you do the whole like sit on a lap thing?
Yeah, we did that. Even in the house. And I don't know if it was she was hinting if she wanted to do something, but I don't know, it felt like she didn't, but she did. Because that same day I was in her house and I was telling her, I added a little thing. I was telling her, I guess we should probably don't like hate me on this. I was telling her, don't hate me or anything. I was like giggling too. Like, what if Petruchio goes in for a kiss or something like that? And she's like, oh yeah, and then I slap you away. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that'll work. And then I'm like, fucking bitch, I'm not the slap. You're fully going in. But I didn't want to say that because it was gonna make it more creepy. And he's like, I was really trying to make out with her. And then I tried doing, I just went in for the kiss, I guess because it was part of the scene. And then she just slapped me away, giggling and all that. I was so mad. I was like, damn, I really want to just kiss her. But
she was giggling.
She was giggling.
So signs were positive.
It was positive. We were having fun and everything.
But she welcomed you to her home,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are giggling.
We're
and
giggling.
You were on top of her. Oh, no, she was on top of you.
Uh-huh.
Slightly.
Kind of. And I told her, she told me, actually I told her, I was like, okay, what if we add another thing in? So I was telling her, what if I actually kiss you a little bit on the cheek, a little bit? And she's like, oh, like you like barely graze her or something like that, she said. I'm like, fuck, you really don't want me to fucking kiss you. So then she's like, okay, yeah, let's do that, whatever. And we didn't even do that. She said she was going to let me kind of do it. But she still like slapped me away really fast, and she knew like right away when I was going in. I was trying to be a little sneaky too, so I was like not telegraphing that kiss. So I was going like, I was trying to fake her out. So like, and all she did, she was good. She smacked the shit out of me. Like, fuck.
Left, right,
left, right, dip. No, she fucking got me when I went in there.
You gotta pass the guard, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, she was a fucking black belt and fucking dodging that shit. Defensive skills, she's on point. I'm telling you.
3 red stripes and shit.
My offense was sucky, I guess. I don't know. She was good.
She was Floyd Mayweather up in that shit.
I was like a Conor McGregor. I was like holding up that. I can't hold up with that cardio, but actually, not I can hold up with that cardio. But
I think so.
this is a bad analogy or metaphor.
I mean, it was good at first until you added
McGregor. Well, he fought McGregor recently. I don't fucking know. Damn, I'm trying to say a fight that he went. I don't know who else. What's the good example?
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz and whom?
And Connor.
Connor?
Yeah.
You would say
gassed on that.
You would say that I was gassed in this situation? No, but it's not really. No, it doesn't really work.
No.
Something else.
Fuck it.
Nah, fuck it. It doesn't work. If it doesn't work, I gotta fucking go. We're gonna look something up so I can make it work. But no, I guess I tried doing that little kiss in rehearsal at her house, but it didn't work. So yeah, she had to go to work after that. She was like, like, are you on your way to Taravel or something? Like, yeah. I'm like, if you want, I could drop you off there. And she's like, okay. And I dropped her off. While I was dropping her off, she was telling me,
what time
I'm actually. This was like 3, 4, I think.
PM?
No, PM.
Oh shit.
She's going, no, this is like in the daytime.
Damn, I don't
We
know.
did the rehearsal.
Okay.
So she had to go to work like an afternoon. So I dropped her off by Taravel, and she was telling me that she was gonna have a going away party. Her roommates were throwing one. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they were throwing away a going away party.
I gotta edit that shit out. That was gross.
No, that was good. They might like it. They might beat off to it, like a beat, like make a beat off of it, like a music, like a
Kind of like Baby
soundtrack.
Driver when he was like
Beating off to Kevin Spacey. What's his name?
he was beating off to Kevin Spacey.
Dude, like, you know what I fucking mean, bitch.
Didn't
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey get caught for some shit?
For like fucking beating off in front of children or so. You're thinking about a different person.
No. Kevin Spacey got caught for something sexual. Yeah, sexual.
I
misconduct.
probably maybe
Yeah.
feel that.
But-
But he's a good actor.
Yeah.
I like him. Have you seen him in American Beauty? Have you seen that movie?
No.
He's like in midlife crisis and he goes
Oh, yeah?
crazy and he's trying to go for like his sister's friend. Like it's intense. It's
Oh yeah.
pretty intense.
Should I watch it?
Watch. I'm telling you, it's a good movie. You'll like it. Cinematography is pretty good too. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch It later on. I brought the movie It.
We're gonna have a little bro night.
Night.
The start of our bro night.
Actually, no, we started a long time ago. Oh, bro day, basically.
bro
A bro day.
Our bro date.
Bro date. I kind of like bro day. It's like
A bro day is kind of
bro
nice.
day.
I feel like bro day is like BRODE with the little
Like a
slash
little accent,
thingy,
whatever it's
little
called.
accent thing.
Bro day.
Yeah,
I'm
bro
having
day.
a little bro day, a little soiree, but you're having a bro day.
Isn't soiree like orgies?
No, remember I told you we looked this up. You sent me the little link. There's different meanings, but soiree has a little party. So one of them means a little party.
If you're in the comments, do you ever use the word soiree? And if you do you mean
It's
it
a fancy way of saying
in
party,
an
but there's
orgy
some
way or in
different.
a party way?
But you can also think of it as there's many meanings to
Let the
soiree.
bitches know.
That the bitches know. God damn.
Also, we're gonna. I'm hoping we should probably make an email so people can send us questions or
Oh
something.
shit, yeah, that's true. Let me think about that. Oh wait, even if you have an Instagram page or something like that.
Yeah.
Snapchat. We can't really send a snap and it'll go away.
Yeah. Let's make an email. It's probably gonna be.
We'll send an email.
Yeah. Well,
PO box. Send
next
us shit.
episode
Send us
we'll
shit.
let you know.
You know what I mean? Next episode.
Yeah.
Making plans, making moves. But where were we at? Zoe ZZ. The Xenon girl. Yeah, so she invited me to she was having a going away party. And I'm like, oh shit. It's a Saturday. For sure. I was like, okay, I'll make it for sure. Just invite me, whatever. And then later on I was like, I forgot that I got tickets to the Killers concert. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I was thinking of telling them that Saturday, but I was like, fuck, it's the Killers, and I haven't seen them. The other couple of bands, Weezer, Foster the People, I've never seen them. I want to see them live. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna try to invite someone. Everybody's gone. I'm trying to get my boy Jeremy, the wingman, here to go to the party. I tried to get my other boy Leroy to get to the party, but no one's coming out.
Yeah.
But-
I was out of city, so
He was out of the city. My boy Leroy was out of the city. He was actually, he was in Stockton, I think. So everybody was out of the city. No one was in the city right now. So I gotta I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the concert. If anything, I'll probably go afterwards. But it wasn't never the plan to go after to the party late at night. So I went to the concert. I went with a friend. Should we say the name? Do we say friends' names? Other people?
We can say friends' names.
Yeah, I was with Ella, you know, the girl Ella. And yeah, we went to the concert. We went back to her place. We're chilling, had a little drink. And then I was like, okay.
Maybe we shouldn't do that.
Maybe we shouldn't. Whatever. Okay.
We'll bleep it out.
I went to her place, whatever. We hung out, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta go home. Because I gotta wake up early and meet up a teacher. That was a lie. At this point, I was like, I was horny. I was primal right now. I was like, you know, I'm actually gonna hit up Zoe. I was lying that I was gonna meet up my teacher tomorrow in the morning. I was like, you know, I gotta go home so I could take a dip and leave my friend. You know, because you know, I just gotta leave her. And then I went outside the house. I'm like,
well, you're saying you're a little horny, like you've been horny for that whole day.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Okay. You know, a lot of fluids going into the system. You know.
Fair enough. I'll leave you at that.
Leave it at that. So yeah, I was leaving the house. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna hit up Zoe. I'm like, yo, is the party still going? And she's like, yeah, but there's only a few people left. I'm like, it's okay, I'm by the area. No, I fucking wasn't. I was half hour away from that fucking place. I was like, I'm by the area. I'll be there in a couple minutes. Took me half an hour for sure to get there. So I get there hella late. This is like super late at night. This was already like 1 a.m. So I got to her place. I was kind of nervous to go into her place. I was just like, I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Like, it was just partying. Like, I don't know.
It's like midnight.
It's already 1 already. I'm like, fuck, it's late. I'm like, should I even go in? I was hesitant to ring the doorbell of her place. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ring the doorbell. And then yeah, she answered the door, and I saw her right away. I gave her a hug. I was a little not intoxicated. I was like barely feeling a buzz. So I was like happy. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna give you a hug right away. I'm like, hey, what's up? How's it going? I gave her a hug right away. Like, we was talking, going up the stairs, and then she introduced me to some of her friends, and we were doing that dibble dabble. And she's like, oh, he just went to the Killer concert. I'm like, yeah, like the Killers and all that. We was talking that bullshit, you know what I mean? And throughout the night, yeah, she introduced me to some of her friends. She's like, oh, this is the guy from my acting class. And they're like, oh, this is the guy. And they're like, all like, dude, I don't know what that meant. They're like, all like, oh, that's him. They're like also not surprised, but it was just like
oh, he's not as good looking as you said he was.
Oh, motherfucker, bitch. Hold up, bitch.
But it sounded like they were aware of you.
They were aware. Yeah, she's told them
about you to them.
She's like, oh, it's him. They're like this and that.
Like, they've probably, I'm speculating, a tiny little, maybe a little penny, but I'm thinking they might have said, are you you know the questions girls ask each other or guys ask each other, are you talking to anyone?
Are you talking to anyone?
No, kind of not really. There's this boy, he's kind of cute, blah blah blah.
Blah 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 bullshit.
I mean,
but they knew. And I was like, oh, okay. She's talked about me. I'm like, a little bit nah. But like, oh, she talked about me, okay. It's good. Like, she has some there's a weird thing. Like, she was interested, but she wasn't like committed, I guess. She wasn't like putting any effort, basically. So she was interested and didn't put any effort.
What do you mean by that?
Effort.
Why?
Like, she didn't really like.
Give me some data.
Like, is she okay here? Well, we gotta keep going with the story, though, so people.
But you can't keep saying that until you say the actual thing, or else.
Like, well, we gotta keep going to the story, and I'll come back to the effort.
Let's look at it objectively. Keep going to the story.
Well, I'll come back to the effort later. You'll see why. Because, I guess, yeah, throughout the night we were talking. We were actually being more flirtatious. She was actually like punching me a little bit and stuff like that. She was like, "Oh, shut up," and shit like that. I was just like laughing it off or whatever. And I was like, let's get another shot. Let's get another shot. We drank a couple. I don't know. I think Jameson. I don't know what it was. But we drank a lot of whiskey, whatever it was. And at one point we went down to the basement. There was a basement because the cats wanted to go downstairs to the fucking basement. So I went down with her, and we were like looking at her roommate's room. They had a lot of posters. We talked for a little bit, and then we sat next to a couch in the basement, and then we were just talking there. But maybe there was, at that point, I could have made a move there. in the couch. But I didn't do anything. I was just talking to her. I mean, I was just unaware. Maybe I was just like kind of nervous to make a move right away there. So it's just I didn't do anything.
Now, as a photographer, I'm very interested in outfits and colors. What was she wearing? You know what the lights look like. Was it dim? Was it bright? What's happening right now?
Damn. Well, she was wearing a black and white striped it was like a romper type dress. It was pretty legit. She was looking good. She was looking sexy. Like, it was tight on her, that romper dress, whatever the fuck it was. It was looking like a dress, basically. But it was like a short little dress. You could see her legs.
I'm actually not sure what a romper is, so I'm going to look it up.
Like a romper. Look at that shit up. If you guys, I don't know what's it called, guys, to be honest. It is romper dress. Like, kind of like, there we go. Like, kind of like that. Like that black one. You see? Go back. We're looking at a romper, guys, right now. We looked up romper on Google. No, go back to the first, like that one. You see how that is? Like that. It looked like that.
If people want a nice visual, it's
but I'm not sure if we go down.
Lazenza.com.
Go to lazenza.com and go to search up rompers.
It kind of looks like a Christmas sweater.
It
didn't
didn't look like a Christmas sweater, but it was like, I'm not sure if it had that little divot. I think it looked more like a dress. So it was like it didn't have that divot. It didn't have that divot. It had like a dress in the bottom. It was so it was more tight. It was like this, but really tight on her. You know what I mean? So yeah, and it had that little V-neck, that open V-neck like that, and so you could see. And I'm telling you, she has big boobs, all right, guys. I was gonna keep it PG, but no. So you can really see them popping now. I'm like, oh my god, and you know, I'm a boob girl. I don't know if we established this last podcast.
I feel like we're probably gonna say it every podcast because it's just
in there. Boobs are life. I don't know.
Part of
well, at least for me.
At this point.
For me, I guess.
Like Armando is 22 years old. What are you, 5'9"?
5'9". Not more than 5'9" for sure.
The top portion of your teeth is straight, but the bottom isn't.
Hey, it's a little straight.
You're like.
Used to be more straight.
You're like kind of skinny. What's your shoe size?
Size 10.
And you're a boob girl.
I'm a boob girl.
That's just what it is.
Y'all want to hit me up? Nah. It's like a dating site. No, but yeah, she was looking good. She had like a black and white striped, I guess, romper dress. So she was looking good. She had like a little like glistening, like she had like little sparkles on her cheeks. I guess like a little makeup, you could tell. But she was looking good. She was looking good for that party for sure. And she was wearing, I'm not sure if she was wearing heels.
Were you looking good for her?
Well, I was actually I looked alright because I went to a concert before that. So I had my plaid shirt. I had some boots. You know, so I had my nice little coat on. So I was looking good. I had my gelled back hair, so I was looking good. You know, I wasn't looking not like a ghetto ass person who was coming in.
You didn't look hella sweaty and like.
Yeah, I was looking pretty good. I was looking.
You didn't look like you're crying from your hairline.
Crying from my hairline.
Like, you know.
Just crying.
Leaking and shit.
No, I was pretty calm actually. Usually, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm usually nervous in these situations, but I was calm in the situation.
You weren't like spotty in the chest with the you didn't have a damp chest.
No, I didn't have clammy hands. I remember I didn't have anything like that. I usually have some clammy hands when I'm a little nervous when I'm like with a girl, but I didn't have anything like that. So I was like, it was chill throughout the night. So then towards the end of the night, I was like, you know what? Let's go to your room or somewhere more private. I don't know what I told her. I just told her let's go somewhere else. And I was like, and she was trying to find a place quiet. And then we stumbled upon her roommate's room. It wasn't her room. Because her room, her other friend was actually in that room. So we couldn't go in there. She had the lights turned off. So we didn't want to freaking wake up her roommate. So we had to go to another room, which wasn't hers. So we went in there. We went in there looking around, the posters, doing the old.
Really thinking about some other shit.
We are both, at this point, I know what she was thinking. And she know what I was thinking. We were both looking at posters. We're talking about a poster.
What are you thinking? What do you think?
We saw like a random ass poster in the wall. It was just like I think it was a world map. It was a random world map.
Oh, look at Russia. It looks it looks bigger than what I thought.
We were like, look at these lines. We're like, damn, look at these red lines.
Wait, California? I always thought that was Arkansas.
God damn. That's not China right there? That's Mexico? Oh my god. Some random bullshit.
Wait, is this scale to size?
It can't be. Like, I'm stepping on. My foot is bigger than California.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be stupid after this.
Like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, we're talking about bullshit at this point. We're like, okay, and we sit down. And then we're both, like, at one point, I think we were both quiet. And she didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. And I just grabbed her arm.
Wait, are you guys sitting on the bed right now?
We're sitting on the bed.
Ooh la la.
And I grab her arm. And he's going for the kiss. And we just start going ham. Like, it was a little sloppy, not gonna lie. You know, it was a little rusty, so I was like, yes. We're both a little buzzed, too, so we're, like, sloppy kissing a little bit. But it was good at the times. And at times it wasn't. At times it was. So we're just going back and forth. A little tongue action, a little groping, a little grabbing of the underboob, and all that jazz, you know?
Wait, how do you grope the underboob?
I don't know, you just grope the fucking girl.
Wait, how do you... Wait. Oh,
You just grope
so
it.
I thought... Is this kind of like... Never mind.
No, you explain it.
This kind of
podcast.
It's kind of like you're like holding a sponge, right?
Yeah, kind of like
that.
I guess I don't know if you could grope an underboob. Is that possible? Might be.
I mean, that's kind of what you said.
You could scratch it. You'll scratch it because you won't get the other half.
You'll scratch the underboob?
You try to grope it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
So
sounds very difficult. It sounds like only something you could pull off.
I could pull off. Well, that's because she was wearing a romper dress. That's the only possible way. You have to grope the underboob. You have to grope the.
Is that what it is?
Maybe that's like because she was wearing this weird ass mechanical freaking dress. So yeah, at this point,
it doesn't sound like what you were saying that she was a little weird about it. It seemed like she was all in.
she was all in.
She was all in.
I was doing what I was grabbing her boobs, her butt.
She was all in.
I was at one point. I was in the mount position a little bit, top position.
That's ideal in jiu-jitsu.
Ideal in jiu-jitsu and in the bed, but in the bed, and many things too. But at this point, I was just trying to like kind of take off her dress, romper dress, whatever. But I didn't know how to. I still don't know how to. I don't know how these mechanics work. Probably there's a zipper in the back, so I was looking for that zipper in the back, and I didn't see anything or I didn't feel anything.
Let me look it up.
Let's look it up how you take it off. So I was trying to take it off at this point,
As a
but
photographer, I want to see how the back.
wait, look at the back of that shit. Maybe. There we go. So you gotta take it all in one go. That's the thing. Look at that. Look at that freaking thing. There's no zipper. You gotta take it all in one go. And her dress, so probably you have to take it from the bottom or the top, and you just take it off like a shirt, basically. You take it off like a shirt.
She kind of She kind of wore the perfect dress to show you her goods, but not commit fully.
She knew that was. She probably knew
I'm trying to make jokes here. I know that one didn't hit.
Maybe they liked him. You never know. But she probably knew my weakness, and she was like, "Fuck, he's not gonna know how to take this shit off." And I was trying to for a little bit, just for a little bit. And I stopped trying to take it off, and I came back to the kissing because I like to kiss him. Like, I felt comfortable there. And then a minute in, I guess we were making out for a while, but after that, I was trying to take off her dress. Her roommate comes in, uninvited, to the room.
To her own room.
To her own room. Who does she think she is?
It's kind of her own room, though.
Who does she think she is? She could come in her own room whenever she wants. While me and Zoe were over there magging on each other. Zizo. Sorry, guys. Zizo. While we're making out, she comes in, barging in. She's like, the first thing I don't know what she said, but she's just like, "Oh, no. Like, you guys gotta go," or something like that. And then we're like, "Oh shit!" We sprung up from the bed because we got caught. And I could see Zoe from the side. She's like kind of not laughing, but she was like smiling, like, "Oh shit, we got caught." Mm-hmm. And we both just went out of the room, kind of like, "Oh shit, we got caught." Kind of embarrassing, but it was funny. Mm-hmm. So we just left the room, and the roommate was super mad because we were on her bed basically, and she closed the door on us. She was mad for sure. And yeah, we got out the room, and then we talked for maybe a good half hour before she says, "Oh, it's getting late," because everybody's leaving too. And she's like,
I wonder if we talked about Zoe in the last podcast, because I remember we saying we need to catch them up, and we're just totally oblivious.
The last podcast? No.
Did we talk about it? I don't
know. No, that wasn't, because this was when Danielle's kicked back, like, remember?
Oh yeah.
It was a long time ago.
He's trying to get on somebody else.
It was somebody else. You know who it is.
Armando's a little freak animal. Like, he's the primal and the primos. You know?
The primal and the primos. And you're the primo and the primos. There you
I'm the prime in the primo.
go. Or lows. If you put the lows, we're still debating if we're playing the lows, but yeah, we talked for a good half hour, and then she kicked me out. Or she actually encouraged. She's like, "Oh, are you okay to drive home or go back home?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was actually good. But she's like, "Oh, you could stay here on the couch or whatever, and stay over." And I was like, "Nah." But at that moment, now that I look back at it, I should probably just stayed there the night.
Yeah.
Maybe something would have happened. I don't know, maybe. But I was like, "Nah, I'll just go home."
She was kind of like today's the day. I don't know.
But maybe she was saying, "Yeah, there we go." Maybe she was like, either right
I feel
now
like
you
she
could.
was testing you. I feel like she gave you a couple of tests. You know.
But I was being kind of cool with that. I was being chill. I was like, "I'm not gonna stay over. I'll go home." You know.
I feel like the moment where she said, "Oh, so I slap you." I think you were supposed to be like, "No, I kiss you." Maybe she wanted that. Maybe she wanted you to be that forward. I don't know.
She wanted me to be more aggressive.
I'm just trying to be devil's advocate right here.
I mean, we always need a devil advocate, you know.
There, that's what I'm saying.
But at this point, I was like, I was already kind of like satisfied at this point. I was just like, I was happy. I was like, I don't want to stay.
You're just trying to get a little kiss.
Like I said, I was trying to get the kiss. Jeremy doesn't believe me. I was just trying to get a fucking kiss.
I don't know about that.
At that point. I was trying to get a kiss, and I was just like, you know what? I'm okay with it.
So
I
you
have
were
to
like,
stay over.
I'm really horny right now. Let me go to Zoe's party to get a little kiss. That's what you thought.
Yeah, just to get a little kiss.
I don't know about that. That seems like lies on top of lies.
Well, I came out of the house. I didn't say this part, but I came out of the house and I did like a little fist in the air. I was like a little corny. I was like,
Oh, you did?
Yeah, when I came out, I was like,
That's kind of cute.
It's kind of retarded that I did it, but whatever. But I was happy at that point. I was like, oh shit, I got a kiss. She was like walking me to the door. She also kissed there. Or like you gotta go. I'm like, nah, I can't. I gotta kiss her again. We was like, okay, I gotta go, and we left. We both left smiling and all that. And I went back to the car. I was happy. The next day, I called up Jeremy. I was like, yo, guess what happened? I called everybody up. I was telling everybody. And then the next 2 days later, I was just.
Sounds like a success story so far.
It sounds like a success story. But then something hit me. I was like, fucking, I gotta see her again. So.
This is where shit. This is my favorite part of the story. It's probably your not your favorite part. This is my favorite part.
At this point, everybody has their favorite parts, I guess. Everybody has their favorite part, Jeremy, of course. But
subjective,
at this point, what day was this? We go back in a little mensajes, and I can't even open my freaking phone. We go back to the date where I was trying to meet up with her again. One time before she left to Long Beach, because she was leaving to Long Beach the week after finals or something like that. So I had to see her before she left. I was like, I gotta see her. And I told her, when are you gonna be free before you leave? Let me see. Let me go back to the messages so you guys can see what I said.
All right. At this time, I'm gonna do a little freestyle.
Oh shit!
I wanna talk about our day. Today we.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We ate brunch. Amen. Okay, I'm done. You ready?
Oh shit! I like that.
Thank you.
Little standby, like a little commercial.
Yeah.
Puts Jeremy's commercial.
I'm on my knees and shit. Like.
Don't like you're on your knees. Very primal of you.
I know. I'm making that Chinese squat now. I'm gonna do that.
It might be the best position. Like over here, like sticking out my little chest, my little nips.
Look like a rooster trying to peck at your phone.
So let's get back to the story. Going back to the messages. I tell her thank the Katharina for having me over. We were playing around like with our characters. She would call me Pachuki. I'll call her Katharina, whatever. And I told her one day, it was a Sunday. I was telling her before she left on the Wednesday. I was like, I don't think I've ever said my final goodbyes. Maybe Pachuki did, but I didn't. I told her that in a message. And she like, ha ha. What did you have in mind? This is like me telling Jeremy like, what the fuck should I say? I was just like going over like what the hell actually should I say back. So I told him, I don't know as of yet. Maybe kiss thy lips once more. And she's like, ha 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 ha. thou has it. Meaning, she's okay. She's like, okay. And I'm like, ha ha ha, when is thy beauty free to hang out? And she's like, tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay. I'm like, I'm free tomorrow until 4, I tell her. And so she's like, okay, what about Tuesday? And she's like, yeah, but at different times, LOL. I have a break between 11 and 2, or I can see you after my night class. I don't know, I guess it was getting complicated. So she's like, alright, I'll let you know tomorrow. I'll still have a lot of shit ton of packing to do. I can understand that she had a packing to do, but whatever. But in the morning after, she's like, hey, I don't think I'll be able to meet up with you. I have too much to do in the next few days. And I was like I got this message when I was at work. And I was like, that threw my whole fucking shift off. It was just like, I was being rude to customers, like, fucking shit. That's what girls do to you, motherfucker. I was like, hella antsy. I was just like, oh my God. And I was like, it took like 5 hours to reply to that. I was like, okay, since you're busy, I know you don't have enough time. I think I'll regret it if I don't see you one last time. And then she says, sorry, hit me up if you're ever in Long Beach. And I was just devastated. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? You know? Mm-hmm. Like, what does that mean? Mm-hmm. No one still knows. To this day, no one knows what that means. Sorry, hit me.
What I was thinking is, what Leroy was saying is he thinks that you know that you'll never make it out there. And therefore, it's a final goodbye in the nicest of ways.
In the final goodbye.
That's Leroy's analysis.
That's a good analysis. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, but it was weird. Like, you know, she was in it, but now she's just like kind of backing. And like, how much packing do you have to do, to be honest? And I know she was done with finals, so like, yeah, what is there really holding you back? Yeah. Unless, I don't know, maybe you just don't want anything. I don't know.
But you really liked her.
I liked her.
You know, at this point, you told me you liked her. You didn't tell me for the longest of times. I feel like you were afraid to tell me, and then you broke it to me. You're like, "Of course, motherfucker, I like her." Like, I asked you, "Do you like her?" And you're like, "Of course, motherfucker, I like her." That's all I'm saying. I got a cramp in my chest. For a quick, it's been 30 minutes, and I've been trying to massage it, and it's still there.
You want me to massage it?
Give me. No, it's a little right there.
Do you know how to move your chest? You know how to move the pecs? You gotta be on. It's all mine.
I didn't do it right, huh?
I can't really.
Did you feel it?
It's kind of you.
Did you feel
it? You're moving the arm with it. You can't do it. It has to be by itself. See? Can't really see it right now. You see it? No, I can't do it right now. It's like, I'm not in the mood to do those. We're trying to do some Dwayne Johnson pec movements or whatever like that. But yeah, at this point, I'm like, you know, fuck. I was going primal at this moment. I was just like not thinking straight. I was just it's primal thinking. Mm-hmm. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna surprise her. I'm gonna fucking surprise her. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I was saying that in my head, but I wasn't gonna do it until I got like, I guess, some suggestions or like I was advice from friends, from coworkers. They were saying to me, you know, what do you got to lose? You just go for it. My coworker said that. What do you got to lose? You just go for it. Jeremy's just like, just do it, dude. Just do it. My boy Leroy, just do it, dude. Just go for it. What do you got to lose? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? What the fuck do I got to lose? I'm not gonna see this girl again. So what the fuck? So let's end it off with the bang. Now we didn't say this. Oh yeah, the pen and quill. Mm-hmm. She was.
I was on the phone with your ass for a while.
I was on the phone with Jeremy for a while talking about this. So this whole thing was kind of like a story. We had this book basically, and
listen closely.
This
is the part where you get smarter before you crash into stupidity.
I have this ink set on the table. Across from me is her sitting down with the pen. So she's trying to write the story with no ink on that quill. Now, how the fuck is that possible? That's not.
That's
not.
That's
not. That's not.
One more time.
That's not stupid. This guy's stupid. Oh my god, that's my spit. Hold on. What is that? I think we just spit on my phone. But anyways. Yeah, she was trying to write the story with no ink on that quill, pen and ink, whatever. And I had the ink. I'm like, what are you trying to do? Like, this is what type of story are you trying to write? But is it selfish of me for not giving that ink to her?
I was telling you that. Well,
That's the question.
I was asking you. I was like, are you being a little selfish in this situation? You know, I was confronting you about it. Like, do you really just want that little kiss, or do you know that she's gonna get away and you're just trying to swoop in with that last minute?
Which one? We were both trying to say at the same time. We didn't know what we were gonna say. What is he trying to say? What are you trying? What are you mouthing off over there?
Tortilla chips.
So we were trying to swoop in on the tortilla chips. We were trying to. I just really wanted a kiss at this point. I'm like, I don't really care if I sleep with her or not, whatever. Like, I felt like she knew that I wanted to sleep with her. And she was like, I feel like she was okay with it a little bit too, but I guess at the last moment she was just like, didn't want to do anything. But I was like, you know what? No, I want one more last kiss, a good one that we're both sober. And we just like, it's one last kiss. I'll give you a last gift to goodbye. That's all I want. I could be outside of the house. You come outside the house. I'll give you a kiss. I'll leave you. I'll wish you the best in Long Beach for sure.
And then at this point in the story, I personally thought you did the cutest, adorablest thing in the history of the planet Earth.
So,
but I could be wrong. I'm a dude, and you know.
I try my best. I mean,
so what do I know?
Oh, did you hip thrust there?
No.
I saw a little hip thrust.
Maybe.
I don't know. I just want a hip thrust right now. But anyways.
Not in my house.
Anyways, but yeah, at this point, I'm like, you know what? Let me just do something. Let me give her something. Let me write a little poem on this piece of paper. And this wasn't just any piece of paper that I wrote this poem on.
Mind you.
It was a piece of the script of the scene that we did together. So I wrote it in the back of that piece of paper. Let me tell you guys what it said. Maestro, please. Silencio. I said, I had a movie moment once. You said you were moving to Long Beach and you kept talking. But I did not listen, for thou ears were ringing with disbelief. That's what I said to her. Let me say it again. I had a movie moment once. You said you were moving to Long Beach and you kept talking. But I did not listen, for thou ears were ringing with disbelief. Yeah, that's what I wrote in the back of that piece of paper. And I said sincerely, Petruchio, my character of the scene. I don't know, was that good? I don't know. Was that good, guys? But that's what I wrote to her, you know?
I thought it was a cute little note. And what did you do with that note?
I rolled it up into like a little, I just rolled it up and I tied it with like a red ribbon. I don't know where did I get that ribbon from? It was from somewhere. I got a red ribbon from somewhere. And I tied it together. And it looked kind of like a little diploma, whatever looking like. And one night, I decided to go show up to her house before she left.
Controversy. Continue.
Is there? But I was kind of chickening out at this point. I was like, you know what? Should I actually show up to her house and do this? But I was like, you know what? I talked all that good shit.
All that good shit.
And I'm not gonna do it. Nah, I'm gonna do it now. Oh, sorry guys. I talked all that good shit. I'm gonna do this shit now. But I was really nervous at this point. I was like, fuck. I'm really gonna have to go through with this. I'm gonna give her this little letter, little poem.
Okay. So
even if she's not. The thing is, like, I was deciding whether or not to show up to her house that morning or like the day during the daytime or during the night. And, you know, where like she might be at her house during the daytime. It was more of a better chance if we go through that the day. But was it gonna be more romantic if it was during the day or during the night? So we were like, you know, I had to have time to think about it and just throughout the day. I'm like, you know what? Actually, it works better throughout the night. So
okay, let me pause it real quick.
Mhm.
Did I press this? I forget.
no, that might like pause right there.
Oh, pause.
There you go. Did he say that shit,
I know,
bitch?
that's literally all I can think about when I hear that.
We hear that. Where we off? Where did we leave off at? Is it recording?
Time or yeah.
Oh shit.
Nighttime.
Yeah, we got cut off in segments just because we don't want to like. There's only a limited time that you can record, right? In Audacity. If you guys know a better way to do this, I guess just let us know. Email us, whatever.
Let the hoes. I mean, let the primos know.
There we go. But where were we off at? I guess we were saying about Zoe and towards the end, yeah, I was thinking, yeah, I was like chicken. I was like, had a note. I was chicken shitting out right now at this moment. I was like, should I do it or not? And I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I have to invite the homie Leroy and Jeremy to come with.
I was actually editing at school, working on a video, and when you called me, I was finished. I finished basically.
It was just gonna be me and Leroy, but I forgot that you actually wanted to join because you were with your girl.
Yeah.
Like you're with your girl, so we're like, oh, he might not even show up. So me and Leroy, we're just gonna go up to her house, and I'm just gonna go up to her doorstep and just come up with that note. But yeah, we had some expectations, like for sure what was gonna happen. Like I was thinking she was gonna show up, but she was not gonna like let me come up, and I was okay with that. Or there's some other. There's also some other outcomes that was gonna happen, like the roommate was just gonna kick me out, or they weren't gonna open the door at all. No one was gonna come. Yeah. That was basically there was nothing to lose basically.
You just wanted to see her one last time.
I wanted to see her one last time.
To see her off. That's what you said.
Just want to see her off.
Yeah.
Off her clothes. But
I was a little worried that you were, a little pushy about it. So I was like, you should find that healthy medium, because if you think that you're sure about your dynamic and you just want to jump in there and you think that's what she's gonna like, let me help you find that healthy medium. Mm-hmm. So I was like, let her know like 20 minutes ahead of time. 20 minutes. Text her, shoot her a text.
So me and Jeremy and Leroy, we're in the car and we're like, okay. We drive to the place and we're already at her place outside in the car chilling. And I was like, okay, I should probably let her know that I'm gonna be on her at the house in like 20 minutes or so. So I text her, I'm like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. 5 minutes later, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go in. And there's a recording of me going primal. I wish we could, should we play the audio? So let me narrate what's going on. So in this little scene or little videotape that Jeremy got of me, basically we put some 50 Cent, because that gets me pumped up as fuck. So we put up that music in the radio in the car, so we were like, okay, got me pumped up. I'm like, I don't know, who did you say let's get Primal? What the fuck is going on? Let's play the video.
Look into the flash. Look into the flash. How the fuck are you feeling? I'm fucking Primal. I'm fucking Primal.
At this point, I left the car and I'm running towards Zoe's car. So I'm like off in the distance, already over there. While they're recording this, I'm over there still thinking if I should ring that doorbell or not. For a quick second, but I was like, no, fuck it. I rang it. I was like, oh shit. And I kind of got regret it, but I was like, nah, fuck it, whatever. I already rang it. See if someone's going to come. And I guess...
First of all, I just got to say that video is so hilarious. I watched it about like 20,000 times.
20,000?
Yeah, you said... It's funny because you don't remember that moment. You said... You said something like, I'm about to go Primal.
I'm like, Primal.
I never heard your
Jeremy's
voice
like, how you feeling? I'm Primal. I'm fucking Primal. I fucking opened the door. I didn't even look both ways.
You said you didn't even remember that you used that word.
I blacked out during that moment. Not gonna lie, I blacked out.
That's the word that we use quite often nowadays, and it's just ingrained in your DNA to the point where you black out and you use that word. I'm proud of our friendship, to be honest. That's what this is really about.
That's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Stories. We create stories, memories. We cherish them, Exactly. But I blacked out.
We love you.
Wait, who?
Like the Earthlings and shit. Like they're pretty cool. Like, don't you love them too?
Earthlings, we do love them.
Like, just because we float around in our UFOs and like we work with the government and we at the end of the day we're taking all their monies, but we look and we sympathize.
We jizz all over the skies, you know, invisibly. No one can see. No one
exactly
invisible or invisible.
The thing is, I'm scared is like they'll find that technology deep into the future and they'll see what we're doing, but as of now it's kind of a fun thing. It's
we
like,
are fucking in your skies.
We are fucking
in your skies. We are fucking in your sky. We are fucking in your sky. We are
fucking
in the skies. We are fucking
in the skies.
We are fucking
in the skies.
In the sky. It kind of play on words. It's just play on words, kind of.
I'll get back to the story.
Okay, what the fuck we're doing? I don't know. Random tangent, but yeah, I blacked out. I didn't when I came out of the car, like running towards her house. I didn't look both ways in the road. That's kind of dangerous. I blacked out, so I didn't. I was just the goal was just to get to her house and ring that doorbell. So it was a little crazy. I didn't look anywhere. I didn't look both ways when I crossed the street. I booked it and I went straight to her place. And when I got there, I rang the doorbell. The lights were turned off. So this is a little important thing about the story. When I texted, I guess, the 20 minutes or whatever, when I'll be out there in 20 minutes, they turn off the lights. That's the thing. So we're like, what the fuck? So she knew. Zoe knew that I was going to get there and she didn't like it. She probably told her roommates about it, so they turned off the lights or something like that.
Or her roommates decided that, nah. Like, maybe she told the roommates and the roommates was like, this guy.
They don't want me in there.
He just wants the pussy, and like we're gonna protect you from the dick.
From the dick. I'm just gonna be gentle. That's all. I'm not gonna be rough.
The Armand dick.
Yeah. Okay. But her roommate came down the stairs and was like, oh fuck, it's not her. Of course it's not her. It's a roommate. And she's like, hello. I'm like, and I was like, is Zoe there? Can I talk to her real quick? She's like, well, she's sleeping right now. And I'm like, of course she's fucking
Was this the same roommate?
No, it's not the same roommate that walked in on us. It was a different one. I can't remember who it was. They all look kind of the same. Some of them look, I don't know. At that point, they looked the same to me because I didn't want to talk to anybody else but Zoe. Right. So I was like, is Zoe there? And she's like, nah, she's sleeping. I'm like, okay, she's sleeping. I'm like, okay, but at least can you give her this then? And I gave her the note, the little note with the little ribbon. She kept it. I don't know if she kept it or she gave it to her, but I gave it to her to give it to Zoe. And that was it. Put it
in the shredder.
Fuck, and Zoe never knew.
Yeah. No, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. And, but I don't know what. Maybe probably Zoe did see it, but I didn't get a response. You're in this
dilemma, okay? So that you came back into the car, and we talked. You told us what happened, and it was very quick. So we realized that what you wanted was not what you got. And so we were like, what happened? Obviously, it didn't go as planned. And you told us, and basically broke it down and saying, don't think about it too much. She's going to get back to you if she
she'll get back to me
if she wants to get that little kiss back. She'll get back to you and give you a little hug. I don't know. She'll call you back. She probably wasn't really sleeping. She probably read the note and then went back to sleep or something like that. That's what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bro, just wait. Just wait it out. In a day, if she doesn't text you in a day, that's that. The story's over.
But I was going Primal and I was getting a little stalkerish. I was like, you know what? Let's pull up in front of the house and let's wait. And then my boy Leroy and Jeremy were like, nah. At the same time, nah. Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's true though. That's how you need. That's how you need people like that. Yeah. To like tell you that type of shit. You need people like that. Trust me. I'm glad.
But what if like we were the people that got them to turn off the lights because they saw like there was more than one person in the car?
Oh, you guys.
Do you think that?
I don't think so.
Think that's possible?
I don't know. I
don't tinted windows.
They're tinted in the back, so they wouldn't see you. Well, they only probably see me because of the left side. I was on the left side, so they probably wouldn't see you guys. Yeah. If anything, and I don't know if you.
We were there to put you in check.
They were there to put me in check because I was being crazy.
I'm telling you at the same time.
There you go. You gotta keep that balance, that craziness, and of supporting. And you just gotta it has to be all balance. You can't be too crazy. Mm-hmm. You gotta be primal, but it's gotta be controlled.
Here I said, what did I say? my friends, we are the Primal Primos, the minds that will produce the next species in existence, middle ground to human, next level shit. The mixture of primal and class.
The mixture of primal and class. That's what we need. That's what you need to have, people. You know, whether you're a girl, guy, you know, class and primal instincts. You know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, sometimes it kicks in, and you need to let it kick in a little bit. You need those instincts to take over.
Like, what if I didn't do that? What if I didn't never shut up to her house and gave her that thing? I would have probably regretted now. But like, oh, I should have probably fucking done it. I would have been all sad and shit. Like, no, now I didn't. Now I know what happened.
And there was
we move on.
There was no ill intentions.
There's no intention. I'm not mad at her. I don't really. I still wish her the best. Like, it's not like I'm fucking mad at her.
She's still your Katharina.
She will still be my Katharina.
The funny thing is,
that is true.
Remember, we talked about this. What happened in this story? You embody the character, but so did she.
She embodied the character. That's so true. If you guys know the story, like, she embodied Katharina. I embodied Petruchio, this guy who really wants what he really goes for what he wants. Like, and he's really like trying to get her to be his girl, basically. And Katharina she was kind of teasing Petruchio in a way in this scene, and she was kind of being flirtatious. She was also being like, oh, maybe I'll give him a kiss and all that, but at the end she's like, nah. And Petruchio still trying to keep that story going, you know. Just that's what it's all about. I don't know.
What do you think, and with that, what do you think
happened.
The lesson, okay, if you were to put a learning experience, say, I've got some value out of this. It was not all loss. Like, what would that value be? You know, what would that gain look like?
For me, especially, or
for you?
I mean, I don't know. I actually don't know. I didn't. Now that I look back at it, I don't know what I should take from it. Like,
because in some sense, this is a 2017 reflection, and this was the portion. This was the last portion.
The last portion of 2017, basically, guys. This is December and November too. So basically, that was the whole gist of those months.
So let's get reflective up in this shit, and
that was. I guess it was a learning experience. For sure, it was a learning experience. Yeah, for like even all of us, even from your perspective, so you learn like little things from girls and all of that. But I guess you just gotta like see what worked well and what was off, basically. What was a red flag? What was those things that didn't work out with the girl and why it didn't work out? And it was kind of fun. Now you just gotta look at the fun things that happen. Why look at the bad things? Like, it's just, of course, it's gonna be a little bad and there's gonna be a little bump in the road. But it was fun, you know. While it lasted, it was fun. While
give her a little kiss, and you got to touch her bumps on the road as well.
I got to touch the bumps on the road. There we go. There were some big bumps. They were really big. There were some big rompers and bumps in the road. They were big, and I was ready to.
And what I learned was what a romper looks like. So thank you very much. Yeah. I can apply that to my field.
We learn something every day, guys. You see? Exactly. We learn what a romper is. The most valuable.
And I learned what the backside looked like, because the backside looks different from the front side.
It's a little complicated to take out that shit there. But I mean, overall, I look back, especially when I look back over 2017, it's 2018. And we didn't even say the date today. So today's 2018, January 10th. It's a Wednesday, and we started, I guess, this podcast. I don't know what time was it. It's been over an hour, whatever. But looking back at 2017, a few days ago, I guess a week ago, it was pretty good. I guess 2017 for me, it treated me well. You know, there's some, of course, some bumps and some dents in the road, but whatever. I kept going. I did, even if I fell, I picked myself back up, and I was like, fuck. It's still gonna be fun, you know. You just gotta keep rolling with it. Mm-hmm. You gotta keep driving. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful scenery out there. You just gotta keep driving.
You gotta keep driving, and you can look back occasionally when the stop sign hits, and you go.
And you look back in the rear view mirror.
That was beautiful.
And you're like, oh shit, that looks beautiful. But I gotta keep on going.
You gotta keep on going.
It's all good, but I'm not gonna stop for you. I ain't gonna pick up a hitchhiker. Fuck you. I'm gonna keep on going.
But sometimes,
maybe you'll pick up a hitchhiker, but then you'll kick him out.
Don't you think what you're trying to do was get in Zoe's car? Zoe's
car. Well, Well, I was driving my own car.
But you knocked on her window and was like.
I was like knocking while I was driving. I'm like, hey, roll down your window.
But her friends in the back was like.
She was kind of like flashing me a little bit and everything, and giving me a little kisses throughout the other side.
What about her friends in the back though?
And I was like, hey, and her friends in the back were like, just mugging me.
He ain't that cute.
And I was like, girl, you ain't that cute either, bitch.
You're like, you can do better, Caesar.
A little bitch. Those little friends are little cock blockers.
I'll give you that. They cock blocked.
They cock blocked a little bit. Not gonna lie, they cock blocked.
But they've had. I don't know what their reasons are, but they obviously had reasons. Maybe Zoe had STDs.
I feel like. Oh shit.
Maybe that was it.
That's intense.
In that case, you have to be grateful.
We have to be grateful.
Like you could have got.
Well, there were some good friends. They actually had good friends. I feel like some of them were chill with me, but then there's some that were like were like. Well, especially the one that caught us in the freaking bed.
Some knew she had STDs and some others didn't.
Others didn't. And they were like, "Fucking go with this, Zozo," and they're like, D-O-double-Z.
Do it like you always do, Zizo.
Do it like you always do, double Z's. But I guess.
Turn on the music and shut the fuck up.
I guess she went to a different road. She took a different path, and I went this way. There was a fork on the road, and it was just. I went to the right. She went to the left. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I wish you good luck. I said bye-bye. Waved at her. Hey. Maybe she didn't wave back, but I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
There you go. That's exactly what happened.
There you go.
You waved, she didn't wave back.
Like you strut out. What was that called? I don't know how you explain it, guys. He's waving over here like very expressive. Very expressive, very...
Spill it out. You look like you.
I was trying to say like very not gaily. I want to say gaily, but like very.
What's that word?
It's very like. There's a word to it. Very fashionista, diva. I don't know what the fuck he's. Very diva like. Very diva like. He said that he waved his hand. I don't know. I'm trying to look for the word, but I can't find it. But yeah, 2017 was good. It started off really strong, not gonna lie. 2017 with a little bit. I told you the stories what happened with me and that girl, and then the Tahoe trip, and there's many things that happened throughout the year.
But there's more to Armando than girls, people.
Oh yeah.
Armando is, in recording he may not seem like all that much. Mm. When you meet him in person, you match the voice with the face. Okay, you match the visual with what you get, and
do
then
I sound sexy? Is that
a beautiful? I'm saying maybe you don't sound sexy,
but
when they match with your face, you do sound.
Maybe they're surprised. Like, maybe they didn't match to their expectations, and they're like, oh shit.
I'm trying to say
looks better than he sounds like.
What I'm trying to say is you're more than meets the eye, or your eye. I just confused myself.
But you're onto something. It's more than meets. The voice? Fucking, I don't know. I don't know. If I know what you mean. Yeah. More than meets the voice, the sound, the eye. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. That's his view on me, I guess. Thank you, Jeremy, I guess.
But,
he said, but, hold up. But okay, bitch.
We need to focus.
We need to focus.
You need to get on track. You need to practice what you preach. And you said all that good shit. And you go, you just gotta go blast off. You gotta get on the rocket and fucking go gadget, go.
Go gadget. That's not in the theme songs. How it goes.
And on that note, what do you think about PC culture?
PC culture. There's many things to it. There's many things.
Remember that thing I told you about the Lindsay Shepherd affair? Does everyone know about that? The Lindsay Shepherd affair.
Is that the one with the
Canadian law?
The Canadian law one, yeah.
So, okay. I want everyone to think about this for a quick second, okay? I don't want to stay on it too long. But there's this thing in California where it's PC as fuck. Okay? There's this thing everywhere in America right now. Okay? Some conservatives like to call it snowflake culture or something like that.
Snowflake?
Yeah, they're like all these snowflakes. Well, there's something going on called Bill C-16, and it talks about language, right, and pronouns. and that you have to state certain pronouns.
I told you the story about the
Yeah.
exhibition
Well,
design.
we'll get into that. We'll get into
beginning of the semester.
We'll get into that. Where it's, so this ideology, I feel like, is spreading like mad, and you guys make up what, you know, to critically think for yourselves about the Lindsay Shepherd affair. So Lindsay Shepherd, TA, master's in sociology, I believe, and she's a TA in communication studies, and I believe this was an intro class. And so she presents this idea about language and how to use language, and it's kind of like this debate on I believe it was like how to identify someone in certain situations, and how grammar works. And so there's Jordan Peterson, and then there's Professor Rambucana, I believe. You can look this up on YouTube. Or maybe it's not Rambucana, I don't know, I forget if that was her professor or the professor that was on the video. But regardless, they have this debate, and she gets called in by these teachers.
It's like a board meeting or something like that, right? It was it's a bunch of professors, I guess.
Board of directors.
Something like they all came together and they talked to her. They brought her and kind of like how to say it?
Intervened.
Like an interrogation, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. It felt like interrogation. Like it sounded like an interrogation. It was just very like.
And so they bring her in and they said, "Do you realize we got a couple complaints? Okay, we're not going to reveal who complained, but they complained that they felt uncomfortable about the whole situation, and really, they were rattling on about how she should not have presented Jordan Peterson's views. Basically, the views being the government should not be able to back this ideology, whether or not to call someone like Z or Zer. So some people identify as Z or Zer, and if you don't call them Z or Zer under this law, it's possible that you may get fined." And so he's presenting these views, not only how the legislation, how the law operates, but also the idea of language and how people are trying to control language to further their ideology. And so this was, she says that she's just trying to give both sides, as a debate should be. That school should be about challenging ideas. But the professors keep saying things like, well, that's kind of the problem. You should have taken sides. And then she says, well, that I feel like that goes so much against of what a university should be. It should be about free thinking. It should leave us to critically think about things rather than institutionalize ideas and then make that mainstream and then make you know what I'm trying to say. And so this was a big deal. And I might have not said it as eloquently as I wish to have said it, but look into it. This this thing is like spreading like mad, basically, and the reason that it came out and the reason that it was so powerful is because she recorded the whole thing on her laptop, and you can go listen to that recording on YouTube in full. And if you've never heard about it,
she was crying at one point. I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah, they said, let me use it. They said something along the lines of comparing Jordan Peterson to the alt-right, and also somehow used a Hitler analogy. I don't remember how exactly it was worded, but they used the analogy of like
she was a communist or some shit.
Like, do you think it's okay to show Hitler in class? Like, would you?
They're comparing it basically, to that at one point. Like, what the fuck? Okay, this lady's gone mad. Or the people, the board of directors were like, okay, that's when I'm like, okay, should we even keep listening to these fuckers? That's the point? Like, we should. That girl should probably not give a fuck about that school and just go somewhere else and just like.
Yeah.
Glad
Apparently,
she recorded it.
she's still thinking about it. Like she's still thinking if she should move or not. But I find that very interesting, and I find that bill very interesting. It's the bill in Canada, Bill C-16, where it can become dangerous if you do not. It's compelled speech if you do not call someone by their preferred pronoun.
Preferred pronoun.
And there's like over 20. There's probably like 100 at this point. And
what do you think about that, Jeremy? Because I have mainly feelings about that. Many feel. I feel like stupid. Not gonna lie. There you go.
I feel like.
There you go.
Wait, you feel like who's stupid?
No, that's the law.
I feel like the law.
That's a lot. Like we're getting fined. Or we're getting fined for not saying their preferred pronoun. But like I get that. But if you say it by mistake or you do something by mistake, you're saying, oh, you put in a paper like, oh, that's a she, but it was a he or whatever, and then you get fined for it. I'm like, oh, no, that was just a simple mistake. Like, why? That's just something.
Okay, how about
it's
this?
Something that we.
Here's a harder situation I'll give you.
Okay, give me a harder situation.
Okay, so let's say there's somebody who's a trans person, and you call them by their biological sex. Then what? Should the law be reinforced for you to get fined? Should that be
no?
Fuck no.
Fuck no. That should.
What is your reasoning behind that?
That's just. I mean, of course, it's a mistake, but there should be probably some like set standard, like how we should call them. But we're not gonna get fined by that. It's just like forcing us to do what we don't want to do. Basically, you know what I mean? It's just like it's weird. You're making us.
It's weird because people are bringing government into the situation.
Basically, it's just like when it's more like a.
It's like I can't deal with the situation on my own, so I need the government to back me up.
Kind of like that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like, why do we need to bring them in? Can we just talk this as civilized people? Like, if you want to be called she, okay, I'll call you she. Like, and if they call you he, like you don't want to be called he. Okay, that's a problem. But we're not gonna. If they keep harassing you, keep doing that same thing, then that becomes a problem. That's when I'm like, okay, that seems justified. Then they should be like penalized or stuff, or anything like that.
What do you mean by that? Can you expand on that?
Like penalized, basically, like you're fine. There's stuff like that. Like if you're like, oh, I'm harassing someone, like, oh, you're saying you're a he, and then they keep calling you a she, or they keep stating that you're a she, and you're like basically being harassed. That's when you're like, oh, that's when it's okay to bring in the law and bring us to.
Would you call that harassment?
There's a difference. You see that?
So if somebody is biologically a male, but they transitioned into being a female. And you keep calling that person a man. Do you think that's harassment?
No. It depends if it's intended. If you're just
depends on how you're saying.
Yeah, how you're saying it. If it's really like bothering them, like really, like you just keep doing it every time, and it's like it never stops. Like and you tell them all the time too, and they never change. So like, that's when it becomes harassment. It's like, okay, you gotta. Tone it down there, buddy. They told you already 3 times you're out. That's what it becomes. But that's harassment though. That's different. Like, you see how is it? So would that be called harassment, or that would be part of that law?
Well, what are the laws on harassment?
It's very broad, isn't it? Like very like. Yeah. That's the thing about harassment.
I mean, it usually comes down to physical altercations, and like if you sock somebody,
I guess it gets to.
Then that's a problem.
That's physical altercation. I guess it's just like a physical harassment. There's physical harassment, sexual harassment, emotional harassment. I'm guessing it's part of emotional harassment. Would you say that? Well, people verbal emotional.
Is that a thing?
Do you think
go to jail for that?
That's the thing. That's also controversial because they will probably say it's physical too. Even if they're saying a word like, oh, you say he, but when it's a she, they might think it's, oh no, that's a physical attack towards them.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That might be true. That might be also.
They say it's called like, I've heard the term.
But you're actually just saying something, but they think it's gonna be like a physical attack. So they're gonna describe it as a physically harassment, like a physical harassment.
Yeah, I find that kind of odd.
Microaggression.
So
we looked up microaggression.
Heard that term. Now, I'm like fairly new to all of this. I'm fairly new, so I can't say that, You know, I know all the terms, that I know exactly what is going on, but a term that I've heard is microaggression, and microaggression is like you basically hurt someone with your words. And I've heard some people say, not saying everyone says it, that if you have microaggression, if you throw microaggression towards someone, I guess, then you're allowed to fight back in physical. You're allowed to fight back physically. That I don't believe with, because you're being uncivil. That I feel like you why not try to handle it with words, and if it doesn't work that way, walk away. Okay, if it does not become handled with words and you walk away, and then the person follows you to keep doing the thing that they
And
keep
saying
doing,
it.
I think that's
becomes
legitimate harassment.
That's because I think it also becomes a little bit physical harassment too, in a way, because you're kind of charging them. It's kind of threatening them a little bit. If you think about it, if you're charging them and you're walking towards them and you're saying that's kind of physical too. If you think about it.
But if you're doing a free speech rally and you're standing in your place and you're doing your thing, saying whatever the fuck you want to say, I don't have a problem with that. Why? Because you have the choice to walk away. But that person isn't gonna move from their spot. And so once
they start moving towards you and they put that mic up in your face, that's when it becomes a little harassment. What do you think? Right? What do you think? Because that's like right in your face, like they're following you a little bit.
But you think the government should get in on that? You think they should be regulating each and every movement? You think that's what they should be paying attention to?
Of course not. Yeah. This when it becomes just like not necessary. It's not really that necessary.
Well, you're talking about
it's like
ethics, right? You're talking in the matter of ethics. What is right or wrong? That's what you're.
If it's ethical, basically, yeah. But
I mean, ethical is personal. Ethical is what, like, I wouldn't do that. But like, I wouldn't do that. Does that mean they shouldn't do that?
Someone else wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Not necessarily, you know. Or how is somehow the world has found that there is a universal justice, and that if you don't follow that universal justice, people will call Jordan Peterson things like a homophobe, a transphobe, you know, things like the alt-right, you know, like white supremacist, you know. I think this is a huge problem in the country, and I feel just from observation that it is possibly an unhealthy thing, very much so. And I think a lot of people in San Francisco, a lot of people in California, you know, I don't know how far this reaches to, but I feel like it's becoming a thing where we're being conditioned to have more rights, whether we deserve it or not.
We're becoming, like, we're talking about this in the car, if we should say, like, Americans are becoming little you know where I'm going with this. Little pussies. That's what you guys are becoming. Little pussies. Like, what? Oh, my God. Like,
but we shouldn't be afraid of saying that, right?
Saying that. But if we said that in person, if we said someone in public, but they'll probably be offended for sure.
Yeah, but the thing
even the word pussy nowadays, like, you can't say pussy because it'll be misogynistic. It'll be like, the feminists, you know, will be like, saying some different shit. You know, it just gets to that point, you know, if you say pussy. So you gotta say, we're being punks. There we go. Punks. Can't use that? I'll use it.
But the thing is, some people don't like it when you think a certain way, right? It goes both ways, because a lot of like social justice warriors, they definitely don't want certain people to talk. They don't want people like Milo Yiannopoulos to talk. They don't want the religious people on the street to talk, you know, because they're bigoted, or, you know, it's like the wrong way of thinking. But, you know, does it really affect you that much? Like, and if it does, should it affect you that much? You know? And then there's the question of different people have different mental conditions, and some people need to be treated with more care. Like,
what do you mean by that? Like, when people like mental condition.
Say people have a mental condition, and like a common argument is that transgender people, it's a very sensitive subject, like their identity. So if you attack that in any sort of way, then it may hurt them. It may be a form of bullying because of the fact that if you misgender them, they won't feel the way that they feel. Like that's one of the arguments, And I always my go-to thought is I'm not a transgender, but so I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't understand.
Yeah, but at the same time, when you look into some of the data and you educate yourself on the topics, I feel and then you have a legitimate argument, and they know more than you. Like sometimes you have to admit, like, okay, basically what you might be saying is a good argument, and you've brought the facts. Like one of the arguments is people who are transgender used to be categorized as having gender identity disorder, and now they call it gender dysphoria, and meaning like they basically do not feel the way that the gender that they are, and it's a mental condition, like an illness, right? And so that takes
they're seeing that nowadays a lot, I guess, an illness for being transgender. Like, oh shit, that's intense. That's like, that's kind of, I would say that was kind of harassment in the way you're like saying it already.
But that's scientifically proven, And so the question becomes like, are you wrong for saying that? It's science, right? And a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people don't know this fact, and so they'll obviously, we were raised in this very, what would you say?
So I guess we're maybe biased because we're raised in the. We were born and raised in San Francisco.
Exactly. We're San Francisco natives, and a lot of this shit a lot of people wouldn't like us for talking about this, but we should be fine about talking with this. We're not going around preaching it. We're just having civil dialogue because I want to know your thoughts.
I mean, well, it's been proven that it's been a mental illness. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it's been proven that transgender people have a condition called gender dysphoria. Fact check me if I'm wrong, because I'm open to fact checking. But yeah,
you're saying they have a mental illness.
Yeah, I'm saying kind of like how anorexic people have, it's an illness, or maybe I'll just say they have a condition,
That's when it gets really,
and sometimes
really touchy.
It gets crazy. The reason I say that is because, like kids, right? Kids will say, I like a biological female, like Amber Rose. No, not Amber Rose.
Amber Rose, like with the black girl with the short hair. That's someone else.
Wait, is it Amber Rose? I think.
Amber with the. Oh wait, is that something? Wait, isn't Amber Rose the one with the black girl with the short hair?
Is it?
That's her.
No,
that's her.
Not Amber Rose. Wait, who's that? No, Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose. Yeah, the little tomboy hottie one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's still like in that language. What language is that?
It's Korean. So Ruby Rose said she wanted to be a boy when she was younger, but she grew out of it after like puberty or so.
So you're saying in her case that was a condition though? That was just like a phase or like a.
Well, it was a condition, and scientifically, they say the data says that 80% of kids who experience gender dysphoria at any level grow out of it, and you never know.
And that's when you call it a condition. That's when you call it
that's when it becomes dangerous. That's when you're putting hormone blockers in your kid, you don't even know if they really want to be another gender or not.
Wait, what are those hormone blockers? What is that
like
specifically?
like you're blocking like male hormones. Like you're blocking testosterone. You're blocking, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but how are they doing that?
Actually, I don't know how they're doing it. But
That's when.
But they're not.
Well, that's when it becomes like, wait, hold up, that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like they're injecting people with this freaking. That's some okay.
I don't know how
that's when it
exactly
becomes, I guess, different. Like it becomes dangerous. Yeah, like you're saying, like but if it's naturally like how, if it
why
naturally
not wait until they're older? You know, why not wait until they're 18? You know, but a lot of people would side on the fact that you should do whatever you want to do. But then at the same time, like it can be a big deal if you regret surgery, if you regret something like that, you know. It can. It's very hard. I'm sure it's not easy to reverse something like that.
There has been cases, right? People reversed it, I guess, or have it? Has there actually?
I don't know, but
I don't know. There has been cases where they reverse, like they want to become a boy and they have surgery, and then they like, oh shit,
right,
come back. Can you?
Right.
Is that even possible? I don't know. I never heard of a case like that. That's the thing. So
yeah.
I mean, myself, I'm not really educated in this topic, so I can't really say much about it. But I feel like it's just.
But do you want to be? Like, doesn't it make you curious?
It does make me curious, but it's not really like I guess. Because I'm not really. I'll be honest. Because I don't know anybody of that. Like personally, I don't have a friend like who's transgender. I mean, I know people like I know. I don't talk to them a lot. Or like I'm not really good friends with them. Or I don't have a family member who's transgender or stuff like that. So that's why I'm like. I'm kind of biased in the way. I'm like I don't know, so I'm not gonna. Really, I'm not really against it or for it, to be honest. I'm just curious. Okay, that's okay. That's cool. That's
well, it's not being. You know what I mean? It's not about being against transgenders. I'm saying should they be looking into treatment? You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not good. It's not like I'm
like there are transgenders in the world.
Do you think they
love
should?
Them? Yeah.
Do you think they should get treatment? The transgender people, because you're very opinionated about the subject. You think they do have a mental illness?
No,
and that they should have. Like, look. But you say, Jeremy, I know you say, but you say there's facts. I know that, but do you think they should?
Well,
like ethically, because I'm just thinking ethically. I'm like, well, I don't want to see them as they have a mental condition. Yeah. It just seems ethically bad
what if you
for me.
Don't like, want to see them? What if you don't want to see it that way, but it is that way?
That's a mental condition.
Yeah.
This one gets hard. I gotta look.
It's like it's like I'm also iffy on it. Like I'm not taking a hard stance on it. I'm just trying to present a side so that you can like take it in and then reach a new or a different or a more open kind of
perspective. Like look more.
Perspective. Yeah.
It is curious. It's more interesting now.
Because I have a friend, right?
Transgender?
No, not transgender. But he's like I don't know if he's schizophrenic or what, but he has to take pills. He has to take medications for his mental
depression, anxiety.
No, it was like something more. It's like not schizophrenic, but it's like it's more than anxiety. It's like
kind of like
mind altering. It's like I don't know how to explain it.
It's like HD.
You know, somewhere along the lines like autism.
Autism, something like that.
Or I don't know exactly.
Like over sensitive, over like hyperactive, kind of like that. Like
I'll give you a couple examples. So he sometimes will talk about like hearing trees and like he can feel like the energy of the trees like very vividly, or sometimes he'll talk about like. And I don't eat meat because I feel like I become an animal. Like I feel like
I forgot what that condition is. I think I understand.
I feel like I get enraged and like I don't eat meat for that reason. Or he gets really mad all of a sudden sometimes.
I'm just thinking about Tourette's, but
he imagines sometimes he'll like see things and hear things.
What is that condition? Sounds familiar though.
So he has to take medication for it, but
and
he doesn't like to.
Oh.
But
but that medication helps him, right?
Right? Yeah, it counterbalances.
Closer.
how his mind should quotation marks operate. And if he didn't take those pills, there's the idea that he is who he is, but is that really the case? Like it's very confusing. Like I've often thought that he should take his medication, but philosophically, does that take away any part of who he is?
That's something like,
you know. So I kind of view it in that way.
So like with the medication, with the pills, he'll be naturally what he was supposed to be, like mentally stable. Not saying I was exactly. Stable, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, what do you also say the same without the pills? Without him, he's actually
the question is he naturally like that? Is there anything that we're taking away from his true nature? You know,
true nature of his. Maybe he's supposed to hear those things. Maybe he's just.
But then the doctors
diagnose him with that.
They know more than we do, but at the same time, they don't know everything.
Does he? Well, I'm guessing he has a problem with it, right? Like he doesn't concentrate, I guess, and doing some when he's doing a project or doing homework, he can't concentrate because he's hearing these things or stuff like that. So that's when it becomes, I guess when it becomes okay, like it becomes a problem. So maybe to make it more, I don't know if you want. That's the thing. You have to state it as like to become mentally stable. I guess I don't know.
Right. But that doesn't. It doesn't seem. It doesn't. It's not like something that went away. You know, the gender dysphoria thing. Like a huge.
There's been the fact that it's gone away.
Yeah.
Even
after puberty.
After puberty. That stage of when it goes away.
It's not basically the smartest thing.
I feel that. That's when I understand that part. Okay, I understand you. That's when because that is very. Because I thought that's controversial. That is.
I know it is.
I think about it.
It's controversial, but it's an idea, and it's you know, there are facts that back it, and you want and it's the idea of it is also that you want the best for people, right? People on both sides are looking at the issue that want the best for these people. It's not like it's not about being accepting and not being accepting, you know? It's just two different sides of how to treat people better.
So it'll be like the best option if you just kind of like wait it out. You see. So you're saying there should probably be like a law until like where they should wait until they can have a surgery. Are you saying maybe they should have that? You think they should have that? Like a certain after puberty, they should. It'll be like a law, like after puberty, after a certain age, after this doctor checks up on the patient and make sure they hit puberty and already passed it, and then they can have the surgery. You know what I mean?
Ben Shapiro was saying that there is I don't know if it was a law or what, but there is something that
kind of like that.
There is a law kind of thing, driven by the government that is the opposite. It's like if you do not follow up with your child, if your child wants to be another gender, and he experiences a different gender, and you do nothing about it, then people can come in and take your child and start, putting hormone blockers on them or something like that.
That's when it becomes intense.
Doesn't that become crazy?
That's like futuristic type of shit. They actually come in.
But that shit is real though.
They come in with like white suits and fucking just inject the shit out of your kid. And you're like they're holding you back and
I haven't done any.
It's like some horror movie.
I haven't done any research on that. I've only heard him say it out of his mouth.
But that's intended. It is like futuristic type of shit. Like we're basically controlling kind of humans in a way. If you think about it, you're like making them what you want them to kind of be. But then, is that ethical? And is it the safest? Way of doing it? Some people
are saying it's becoming like Maoist China, or it's becoming a communist society because if everybody is the same, and we have all the same values, and we all have to be treated the same, then it becomes communism.
And it becomes boring as fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes boring as fuck. You have no drive.
Everything's gonna be the same. Everyone's the same in the future. That's just scary to me. Like, oh my god.
Right.
I feel like we need this this diversity, this everything that's diverse, that the
And I think we need
transgender,
this
the gays,
discussion.
the lesbians. We need this. I feel like even in arts, like what's gonna happen with arts in the future? Is it gonna be gone? It's gonna be weird if we don't have the arts in the future. It's gonna be boring, bland. It's not. It's not gonna drive us to create the things that we have now, basically. Like all these stuff that we have in the past, like the Eiffel Tower, that was created by fucking people. Like literally we created. That's like an art piece if you think about it. The pyramids. I don't know about the pyramids. That might be a conspiracy. The aliens build that. But anyways, back to the other thing. But like other things like the Tower of Pisa, the Colosseum, like stuff like that. It's like that's art. Are we gonna have that in the future? Are we gonna have those type of things? Or are we just gonna be living in little squares and little boxes? That's where it's going at, I think, you know? Or we're gonna only have like we're gonna be able to only have one child.
Well,
you know
I was
what I mean?
thinking
It's like
about the role of struggle. Like think about struggle, and think about how people try to find a meaning through struggle, right? And so, like you would not think like struggle is a good thing until one day it's worth it. One day you find something that is worth it, right? And if it was easy, if you knew you could do that and you got it, would it be of that much value, right? Like if I became a cinematographer, right,
Like,
and in this
just like that.
communistic society, and it just
They just inject you with here you go, cinematographer, best cinematographer ever.
and then
How do you feel?
I would feel like I suck. I would feel like I don't even know. I would feel like, how do I even get better if there's no one to judge me other than myself? And on top of that, what drives me to want to be great?
To continue with that path,
right?
You need, struggle is the beauty.
And the fear is that it becomes, well, some people's fear, let's say. A lot of conservatives will say, and I'm just trying to voice the opinions of others, not necessarily my own. They would say that it's become about victimhood now. It's becoming who is higher up on the victim pyramid, you know. And the more things you are a victim of, the more rights you have, you know. That's the question put forth by a lot of people, and you know, I really just wanted to talk about the Lindsay Shepherd thing, and then it got to here, but that's all I wanted to talk about, because I'm on the side of Lindsay Shepherd in that situation.
I mean,
but
it's crazy. Like, I mean, nowadays I'm bringing back with the exhibition design. You know, took this class. At the beginning of the semester, I just came into the class. And I sat down and and everybody was saying their name, but then they were saying she, her, and the guy was saying he, him. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And they kept doing that. They kept saying their names and then they said their pronoun that to best describe them. At first I was like, I didn't know what they were playing a game, or like what the fuck is going on. But then they kept doing it throughout the whole thing. I was telling my friend, like, what the fuck are we doing? He's like, yeah, you gotta say he, him if you're a guy or a dude, or some like girl or guy. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And like when I said it was just weird. I don't know. It's just like there's this, I guess, it's forced upon us now. You know what I mean? That we have to say it now. Like it just.
Well, it's also like, do you feel like do you feel like this PC culture ever like suppresses the things that you want to say? That's the other thing. Like, do you ever feel like you can't say it? Otherwise you'd be ostracized by your community or classmates.
I wonder if someone questioned back, like someone says something like that, like in the class, like, hey, why are we saying this? But no one said nothing about that. I should have said like, what the fuck? But no, they want to. But that would have been a whole fucking.
That would have been crazy, right?
That would have been crazy, maybe bad. I don't know if I said like, wait, what the fuck are we doing this? I get it. I guess I get it. Like, especially because we live in San Francisco. We go to the school in San Francisco that A lot of gays, lesbian, a lot of the LGBTQ, people we have a lot of them here, especially. That's why I get it, I guess, in a way. Would this happen if we were in Texas or we were like in the school in Texas? I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing I wanted to say was I don't know. I believe that people should be allowed to have free thinking, especially in college, because college is when you figure a lot of shit out. In college is where you attempt to become an adult. And, I feel like healthy discussion and healthy communication is really what drives learning. And sometimes you can feel like you're learning for yourself and on your own, and then you can tackle the world. If you're only being spoon-fed, and being taught these ideas and modes of being,
the rights and wrongs, but then you gotta question why are they right and why is this wrong? Why is
exactly,
this wrong?
and you should be allowed to.
There you go. You gotta be allowed to ask why is this right and why is that wrong?
Yeah, you shouldn't be. And then they figured out, I think, in the Lindsay Shepherd thing, they figured out that there was actually no complaints. There was no real complaints.
No one said anything. Yeah, they didn't say that about the story. Like, no one said anything except someone heard or someone just heard about it. And I guess the board of directors were like, they didn't like it. The school didn't like it. The students didn't say anything, if I remember, right?
Yeah.
No one complained. But I guess because this school is very, I don't know, fucking...
It's very interesting. It's very interesting, but also like the start of an apocalypse movie.
Apocalypse.
I'm genuinely interested in what happens, but I would say people are fighting for free speech, and I'm very curious to see how it all plays out. I think people should be more open-minded and not blatantly say you are uneducated, therefore you're either uneducated or you're a discriminatory piece of bullshit.
I feel like free speech has always been like a hard thing to get here, especially they say we have the freedom of speech, but it's always been like that. It's always been really bad, and especially now I feel like it's just, if we say something that's out of context or they don't like it, we either go to jail or they kick us out or they kill us for it or something like that,
Right.
So it's just, at this point, it's getting worse and worse. It's just building upon like a law that we have the right to just say whatever you want, but now it's just, I feel like it's just like a myth. I feel like that freaking law.
Sometimes we have to look at it objectively, and it's not as black and white as everyone thinks it is. I think that's it's not like equality, end of story. Sometimes there's more to it. Sometimes the easiest ways of thinking, do not apply across the table. That's just true. And you have to, sometimes you have to look at special cases and look at it objectively and say, okay, hold up, let me pull my personal bias back a little bit and really listen what this foo has to say. I feel like he's a foo, but
he's a foo.
Let me
listen to this foo out here.
Let me engage.
You think he's a fool? He might be a fool, but might be a girl.
Yeah.
We don't know. He might be a
It's
fool.
like, if you really think he's uneducated, educate him on the topic, and him or her or
him or her.
He, his, himself,
There's some.
she,
Let's
them,
see what
her, viz.
there's Z and Z. Now there's pronouns of Z, Zai. What is that difference? There's an I before the E, so Z and Zai. Like what? Like what? This game ridiculous.
And there's like hirs, HIRS. There's XYRS. I don't know.
What is that? Xers. It's called Xers. That's
Xers.
Xers. Like what the fuck? This is getting ridiculous, guys. Come on.
Hirs. Hey.
Do you think we'll get more listeners or we get? That's what you thought we were gonna get
Wasn't the
listeners.
best topic to talk about. It's like we drew him in with the juicy stories. You know what I'm talking about? We drew him in with the casual, and then it got political, and they're like, fuck this shit. I'm not with the politics, but my bad. I'm just saying, I'm 23 years old. I used to be the same way. fuck politics. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what I do, and nothing's gonna stop me. And I still believe that in a certain way, but I think we should be able to talk about it, and we're not being able to talk about it. So that's why I'm bringing it up. So I'm sorry, guys, if this is too much, but
it might be. God damn, it's the second episode. We're going in already. We probably should have been a little slowly dip our feet in there. I think we dipped our whole foot in there accidentally.
But we could change. The.
I was just bringing religion. I was like, hold on. I was actually gonna bring it up.
You could bring in religion.
We'll talk about that another day. But I mean, I don't know. I mean,
why
do people get pissed off? I don't know.
I mean,
why?
We're basically going. It's like say there's like a story where it's like it's like a movie, and it's like we're about plot. We have a good stories, but there's also fucking in it, and then they'll hit you with the fucking in the beginning, right? You know, you go, oh, okay. If you keep watching, it's on your own accord. The fucking's still gonna happen, but the fucking might not be as intense in the beginning. It was just to, and then.
It's just to juice up the audience,
and it's just letting you know unapologetically, like this is the type of shit you're watching. That's what we're doing. We're like, we might talk about this, but it's definitely not going to be the main focus of our podcast. But whatever happens in conversation happens, and if this is an authentic conversation, you know, it's like a river. It flows. Like it don't matter, like what the river looks like. But in whole, it just going one
river,
way.
Even if it looks like an ugly river, and just you might not go to this river, but it's still there.
That's all.
We got water. You want water? Come over here.
We're just on that raft, and there's like a little rock over there, and like we can't blame that rock for being there. We just gotta maneuver around it. Maneuver around that
rock. Or maybe even hit it a little bit.
Maybe even hit it a little bit, as long as we're safe.
As long as we say we keep rafting our way.
If it's for the better good of humanity, goddamn, we'll hit it.
I don't know, might be. Fuck, this is a rock. Fuck it. It's just a rock. It's just a rock. Just just move out of the way. It's not that hard. But, fuck, that was intense.
Yeah, my bad, dude.
You gotta bring it up. I was gonna bring up these chips, actually. I'm actually a little hungry, not gonna lie.
I'm actually trying to take a piss, so can you take over?
Alright, I'm gonna take over a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna talk about the new year.
Hey, tell him what you really think.
Huh? Damn, what do I really? He's trying to make me say shit, guys. Alright, he's taking a piss. I'm gonna eat these tortilla chips that Jeremy got yesterday, I think, with this girl. They went to go get quesadillas. And I guess he got chips and salsa, but I don't see no fucking salsa. Oh, the salsa might be in the fridge. But I'll just eat the chips by himself. You're gonna hear me munch on these chips. Look at this. Here. Some dry ass fucking chips. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, nope, putting that back. No, 2018 though. It's the 10th day of 2018. January 10th. On this Wednesday. I think it's raining a little bit. It's like rainy, a little frizzy. Not really raining. But it was raining this past week though, but it's really foggy and frizzy. But, oh, he came back. I was just talking about weather and like tortilla chips.
Oh yeah.
Dude, those are dry as fuck, dude. Stale as fuck. What the? You had them yesterday. You got them yesterday, right? Why are they so stale?
I got them yesterday. I don't know. Oh, let me bring the salsa.
Well, they're fucking stale. I'm not gonna eat these. Actually,
hey,
I come on time with salsa.
I just want to say I love all people, all genders, of all everything.
We love you all.
I love everybody equally. I'm a communist in that sense. I love everybody.
You're a communist in this. I guess we are. We all are communists, conservatives, whatever the fuck we are. We're different.
I don't give a shit what I am. All right, let me get that salsa.
Dude, this hella dry. You really want? I mean, we can bring it. Well, I ain't gonna.
I have better ones over there.
Oh wait, bring him then. What the hell are you doing? Oh. So Sharon accepted your follow request. She accepted Sharon. Look, I see. I think it is the same girl from middle school. What about the chips, though? I thought you said you had better chips. We're opening a pack of chips and eating some salsa and chips. This might be a bad idea because we don't want to. You don't want to hear the munching. I'm hoping it's gonna be a good year. Really hope. You know? But you never. That. You know what he's doing? He's pouring all the fucking chips on top of my sketchbook. That's what he's fucking doing.
I'm sorry.
Did he know? No, it's okay though. My horrible sketchbook, but he's a messy ass motherfucker over here. These are actually good chips though. These right here.
They used to be.
They're more.
When
better.
they're fresh, they're really good.
How old is this? No.
They're really good when they're fresh.
They're really like. They're skinny. Easy to bite into. Those are fucking stale. That's fucking hard to bite into. Does it hurt?
So
I think we pulled a fucking muscle through.
Oh yeah, man.
I pulled a fucking muscle through that shit.
We were. I was wrestling with my boy Armando. You know.
Fucking, he's teaching me jiu-jitsu over here.
Yeah.
Dude, you could kick someone's ass, dude. I think you could defend yourself for sure. You could like pull guard.
Oh yeah. I know.
You just beat the shit out of him. Oh, so
You didn't know, huh?
I was like, Jeremy can't beat no one's fucking ass.
You thought I was a little weakling, huh?
I thought Jeremy was like a little bitch. I'm like, nah.
What did you think of my sparring?
Sparring's good too. He has some good technique actually. He's really good. He's good all around. I feel like you have a good all around MMA game, I guess. MMA.
I'm a skinny guy, so
You're
looks
good.
can be deceiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look like I don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know how much power you have. I don't know. Haven't felt your punches like full on. You might have a knockout power. I don't know.
You definitely went easy on me. Like you didn't even. I touched you, but you didn't. Even,
I didn't want. I was scared of these going. William accidentally hit you a little too hard. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do little light touches. That's why I didn't like when I flicked the kick tail. I was just barely kicking over here. So I don't freaking actually.
There was one kick. Yeah, one switch kick where I was like, that could have got me. Actually.
Wait, the fake kick, the little
fake, the low to high.
Low to high kick. That's one of my go-tos. That's one of my the ones that got me first place on the karate champion. But
Would you say you're still into martial arts?
I was always into martial arts. I mean, I was always into it, but like recently, I used to never like. Right now, it's just like not as into it as it was like a month ago. It's because I'm like right now I'm just like super into like just getting some of these projects like going at this point in my life basically. Like there's always that one point in your life you're like super into fucking watching MMA and playing soccer. I mean, but those things are also they're still in my life. Like soccer, I like playing soccer every now and then. I like watching fights. I like watching boxing, all that. But then you switch off to another point in your life. You're like, I want to do this, and you just focus on that.
Who's your favorite fighter, boxing or MMA?
Boxing or MMA? In general, you say fighter. Does that have to be a real fighter?
Yeah, it has to be a real
I was
person.
gonna say like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Cause I grew up watching his movies.
You would say
that,
Jean-Claude over Bruce Lee?
Yeah, cause I grew up watching more of Jean-Claude.
You gotta watch some Bruce Lee.
I watched Bruce Lee, but I haven't watched that much for Bruce Lee. But I grew up watching Jean-Claude. That's why I have more of a home feeling to Jean-Claude. But I respect Bruce Lee too. I don't hate him. Like,
He's a quick motherfucker.
he's a quick motherfucker.
He's really fat.
Sucks that he died at a young age. And also his son, he's a great actor. It's Brandon Lee, right? I forgot his name, Brandon Lee. But
I'm
I don't know.
a huge fan of Connor.
I like Connor.
I like Connor.
I like him a lot. I feel like we all want him to win against Floyd Mayweather.
I actually think it was perfect. He lost at the 10th round. He got really far.
You think he could have lasted another 2 rounds just to like say that he actually lasted against the best boxer in the world? You think he could have done it just 2 more rounds?
If he had more time to train, hell yeah.
If he had a better gas tank, for sure, I think he would have made those 12 rounds. He probably would have gotten rocked a little bit, but he could have probably made it.
If he hit up his homie Nick
sure.
Diaz, well, his rival Nick Diaz, lowered his ego and says, "Hey, take me on them marathons."
Dude,
he would have been a different man.
I'm telling you. But Floyd is. But even then, you could see Floyd from the very beginning. He paced that fight. He was calm. He knew what he was doing. It's like he's been there. He's literally been in that game forever, so he knows what he's doing. He's just basically moving around, testing Connor out, seeing where he's gonna hit him. basically just studying him. Basically, in the very first round, he's just looking, seeing. He got hit a little bit, just a little bit, barely, and he shots in, and he's just testing him the whole time.
Let me ask you a universal question. Sorry to cut you off. Why do you enjoy the fight game? And
some people don't like fighting, right?
Yeah. Why do you enjoy the fight game? Okay. And why do you think it's in any way does it contribute to society?
That's a good question, actually. I mean, fighting, I feel like it's literally in our DNA. I don't know who said it. It's probably been said a lot of times, but in our DNA, we like to fight. We like to feel like we have this power, so we want to get on top, so we fight and we do it. But now over time, we do it, and now we have technique. Now there's control. Now there's beauty in that right hook. Before it was just a fucking swing, but now there's beauty to do that hook, to hit that jab right at the sweet spot, to hit the roundhouse kick right at the right place, wherever it is. Now there's an art to that fighting. Before, I guess it was fucking mayhem. I don't know how it was before, but right now, I feel like now people see it more like a beauty. People see the technical side. They see jiu-jitsu. They know more about it. Before, like the UFC before, like back in the 90s, they thought it was like fucking savages just fighting. But no, there was technique. There was jiu-jitsu guys. There were actually people like Hoist Gracie who were like fighting big ass dudes half their size. Like now they like, oh shit, this actually works. And like, yeah, this is an art. This is an art form. Just like karate, just like it's been taught throughout the years, taekwondo, all that. It's like an art. Like you basically learn the techniques, learn the form, and you learn the discipline. You learn disciplines, like respect, and you learn all those things culminate together, and it becomes an art. And this motherfucker just dropped all the chips on this bed. God damn, you're a messy motherfucker.
That was a good one too.
God damn it, you're making a mess. Good thing that's not my good. No
So,
fuck.
do you think it contributes to society though? Fighting.
But that one contribute. Well, do you think art contributes to society? That's an art.
Do you think that's what the major role it plays? Do you
Art.
think fighting? Do you think the art of fighting is literally what it's about? Like, it's for the look, it's for the flash, for the style.
It's kind of like an entertainment. It's entertainment for the spectators. But it's also a practice. It's like,
What about self-defense?
there we go. It could also work as self-defense. You just answered your own question, bitch. But no, that could be also used as that. It's a self-defense. You're learning how to defend yourself against these crazy ass people. Especially now, fucking days, we have more crazy ass people. You know, so it's like it serves a purpose. Now you're learning how to kick someone's ass if they come at you. What if they're trying to attack your family? You don't have a bat. You don't have anything to hit them with. All you have is your freaking fist, your body, basically, just to defend your family. What are you gonna do? You gotta use your art form.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's something that's very primordial, and it goes deep inside our DNA. And when we engage in difficult situations, much like fighting, we have to mentally we have to approach it in a certain way, right? Say you're having a hard time at work and your boss is pissing you off, and like that's the highlight fuck you moment in the day, right? Well, there's no fuck you moment like a punch to the face. And in the face of adversity, right? And in the face of adversity, can you really handle that? Can you handle a punch to the face? Can you handle all these things? You know, even in grappling, can you handle someone ragdolling you? Can you get up and do the whole thing again? Or are you going to be too embarrassed, you know? There's very psychological aspect on top of the art, on top of self-defense. You know, self-defense is application, but it's application in a very niche way. It's like how many fights you're going to get in your life, or, you know, but like how many times are you going to have psychological stress put on you every single fucking day?
You build character too. Fuck, like if you get into fights, You're like, okay, should I get into another fight, or why did I get into this fight? Was there a reason to get into this fight? There's always a learning experience to this. Like, especially, I learned as a little kid in middle school when I got into a fight with a kid in the schoolyard.
You did tell that story last
podcast. I told. I'm just gonna sum it up. But yeah, like, I was crying. I cried to my mom because I got into a fight, and then like weeks later, I was playing soccer in the schoolyard, and I accidentally kicked the guy in the stomach because I was reaching towards the ball, and he got pissed and he hit me, and I was like, "Fuck, should I hit him? Should I start a fight?" Wait. Hold on
a minute. Are you advocating fighting right now?
No, I'm saying like no. There's like no reason to fight the dude over some little petty shit. Mm-hmm. But not gonna lie, if I would have gone back in time, I would have fucking smacked him back. But there's no reason, and also because like I got into a fight weeks before, so I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna get into a fight again. But still, like, there's no reason to hit the dude. It was really petty stuff. It's really childish stuff, I would say. And also, like, I would compare it to war. Like, would you rather go guns blazing, like, with guerrilla warfare, like, with death machines, or would you rather square up with someone if you don't agree with their terms or something like that? Should we settle it like that? And I feel like we should, with fist. I feel like, instead of guns.
Well, hold up, say that again. Do you feel like we should settle with fists rather than words?
No, guns.
Oh, then guns.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Then guns. Because,
oh, hell yeah.
If countries were like that, like...
We should have
a
UFC, like, Olympics.
Trump versus fucking...
Yo, that would be crazy. Dude, what if, like...
Kim Jong-un.
What if it was, like, Trump versus Hillary, like, and then, like, whoever won was president.
Oh,
and then
shit.
And then it would have been even a bigger deal.
Dude, that would have been intense.
Like, that's why there was no...
I feel like Hillary would have won that one. If they were both trained, like, the same time, same amount of time.
Dude, if she won, it would be like... I feel like the feminist world would go crazy and say, like, there is no difference between a woman and a man. This proves it. Hurrah!
Hurrah!
And Trump's over there like, man, I'm fucking 80 years old. I'm like, I'm literally a dinosaur. I'm almost extinct right now.
I'm just like playing this in my head, like they both have the same time to prepare for a fight. Mm-hmm. I feel like Hillary will like tap him out. I feel like she would get like a guillotine choke or something. That's the way I feel like she would win the fight. But guillotine chokes.
I feel like Trump would
try to go in.
Trump would telegraph.
Trump is a heavy dude, actually, so he's a big dude. But Hillary is small. If she learns some good jiu-jitsu, maybe she'll probably get a fucking good choke in there.
I think Trump is so straightforward that he's just gonna do what he wants to do, and she's gonna see it.
There we go. I was thinking of that too. He's very straightforward. He might just telegraph the shit out of it. Mm-hmm. But that's just what we think about fighting, the primal instinct of fighting, and why. Does it serve a purpose in society? Mm-hmm. Of course it does. It has many things. There might be more things that we don't even know that would actually do serve a purpose, but...
Do you think people should learn in general how to defend themselves? Do you think elementary school should have a wrestling or jiu-jitsu program, or do you think...
I mean, no, I don't think they should be... Do you think they should be like in a curriculum, like they're gonna have to learn it?
Like it's in PE or something.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it's good cardio exercise. But then you'll be kind of taken away from other sports too. Like maybe you'll be taken away from just general stuff like jump rope. Just hopscotch. Those regular stuff.
It's just PE. It's just one segment of PE.
One segment, but it wouldn't be taken from the other ones, or you still be having the other ones to implement it, like hopscotch, Foursquare, whatever the fuck it is.
It's just an additional thing.
Additional thing. I wouldn't. It's not really much of a bad thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But do you think it would benefit? I feel like
it would. I feel like they'll learn eventually.
A lot of martial arts is about like being humble and like having discipline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like over the years when I've learned martial arts ever since I was, I don't know, 12, and I feel like, you know, I've come to understand how dangerous people can be, and I've come to understand to a certain extent how dangerous I can be. But I understand
There could be other people like you too, like
that
crazy.
everybody holds this potential. Everyone holds this power or this potential of power, and in some ways, I've become humbled throughout the process. It did not make me more big-headed. It did not make me want to get into fights. Actually, quite the opposite. And that could be a direct reasoning of like who I was taught by, you know, the values that I've learned. Never go in looking to fight, but rather that's the last option, you know. But then at the end of the day, you know you're capable, you know, of being a badass essentially. Like you can defend yourself. You could, you know, if you know that.
What do you say if you were right now ingrained all this memory in your brain right now, like you're like a black belt basically. Someone inject you with like the memory and all those techniques of a black belt jiu-jitsu guy, practitioner or whatever you call it. But would you go out to the world with a different mindset, like, oh, I could say whatever the fuck I want, I could do whatever I want, and I don't
think so.
I don't give a shit. No.
Well, that's a different question than I train my ass off and then get a black belt. Those are two different questions. If I get it instantly, I'm gonna go in.
You have this mindset. You already know you could choke out anybody you want in the street, or you could do whatever. You have all this power. You have all this knowledge. You're black belt jiu-jitsu. You'll be badass.
Who knows? If you inject me with that, you literally gave me like I don't know. You gave me weapons, basically. If you inject me with that shit, you gave me weapons, and like I literally am holding weapons, like I'm wielding weapons. My body is my weapon, and so I could see how it could make me more confident, in the sense, in a toxic way. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because I was saying it makes me more humble, but I'm saying if you literally injected me with that power,
makes you more humble.
But maybe it won't make me humble. But I'm saying the process of training, the process of maybe you might get hurt sometimes, the process of you losing a lot, the process of you getting used to you losing a lot, and then being okay with it, is something that is very humbling. It's like if you only lost one time, you might be real angry and remember that one time. But if you got angry, or if you lost like 300 times, it's just another loss.
You learn something. You're like, okay.
And you know the purpose of the loss. You know.
You're like, I lost, but I know why I did it wrong. I know what could have done better. And then you do it next time, and then you actually achieve it. You actually win that match.
The process of you losing a lot is an important
humbles
process.
You and makes you better. Yeah, it makes you a better person. It disciplines you for sure. Cause at first you come into that dojo, or whatever it is, gym. You come in, this hot shot. I could take everybody down. I could submit everybody, and you for sure you're gonna be like, okay, they gotta teach you, like, nah, bitch. Like, we're gonna make you your bitch. We're gonna make you our bitch, basically.
But then they're nice about it.
They're nice about it. Like, you'll be a little bitch. Here you go. Come here. We'll choke you out. There you go. You're a little bitch.
Shake hands.
And you get through. You're like, swim, man. Give me a fucking go. Let me fucking go. We're like, no, it's okay. Let me strangle you a little bit. Yeah. But then later on, you get someone to be or you get someone else, and they'll be your bitch.
Well, that's. I'm looking into the evils of Armando. He's only telling me a little bit of it.
Nah, but you learn, yeah.
You live and you learn, huh?
You live and you learn.
And I think, what would you say is the equivalent?
Yeah, mess over there. I'll be looking at the bets Jeremy made over there by the bed. You spilled all the sauce, all the chips.
I know, it's like the earth like dried up and like it just like crumbled. So that's what my bed looks like right now.
Well, maybe OCD about this stuff.
Camouflage though, like my My blanket's orange, and the tortilla chips are kind of orange, and like it wouldn't even be that big of a deal, right?
That's Jeremy's a messy ass motherfucker.
My room's
The room is.
it's not bad. I mean, you're a little judgy. I feel like.
But you gotta be judgy.
Well, you're only looking at the bookshelf. You're just looking.
No, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking around. It looks decent. I guess I'll give it decent, but it definitely needs a dustpan
decent
around
for
here.
D. D for decent. Maybe like a
F for decent. No, fine. No,
maybe like a
D.
C plus.
C minus
C minus.
for decent.
God damn.
C minus.
Your house
It's
was
like
shit too. I'm just kidding.
oh man.
Yeah, you have a good room.
This one it just needs like a little makeover, a little bit. It's not that much.
Help me
Not
out.
bad,
Help
but
me out and shit.
I was trying to do it today. I was really planning to fix stuff around,
But
move
now
some
we
stuff
can do it
around
after,
here.
shit, and then we can
You
think
think
about
so?
to eat. Yeah.
We could move it around. I'm already
Should we
getting
end the
hungry.
podcast?
Fuck. What time is it? How much should we talk?
let's
How
see.
long do we talk for? God damn.
An hour and 26.
God damn. That's long.
Well, any last words? How are you gonna tackle 2018?
2018.
I'm a little
give
scared
it.
this podcast sucks.
No, this one was good.
This one's
There were
good?
some good moments.
Oh yeah?
For sure, there was some good moments.
Alright, for sure.
But we're gonna tackle 2018 with our balls out, guns blazing, fist blazing, fist, not guns, people.
Hair out.
Hair out, pubes out. And we're gonna go crazy. We're gonna go primal. But we're gonna be classy. Primal and classy. Just like the poem that Jeremy read in the beginning.
All right, that is the Primal Primos. We thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this,
Follow us in our Instagrams. We're not giving our Instagrams, are we? Nah. Well, they give us the email. We're gonna have an email. What the
we're
fuck?
gonna have an email.
We mentioned the email, but we don't have an email.
We're gonna make one.
We're gonna
And
make
the
it.
next episode, we'll say it, preferably in the beginning. But if we don't, it'll be by the end. Thank you so much.
Or it'll be in the description. You know.
Go do the shit you're supposed to do. Stop listening to our asses. Go home.
You could be painting, you could be drawing while you're listening to this podcast. You could be doing something else, you know, and while listening to it. It doesn't
You're
have.
taking a shit,
You
but
don't-
don't stay on the toilet for too long.
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
You don't want. Yeah, your ass is gonna be pink.
All right.
Pop off of that toilet.
Hey, drink some tea. You know.
Drink some tea. Drink some tequila if you need to.
Hey, if
But
you're enraged,
not too much,
if
though.
you're enraged by the podcast, do some push-ups.
Do some push-ups.
All right. Don't blame
just-
us for our ideas.
Skip some jump rope.
For those that have crushes, have a crush on us, let us know.
Let us know. Hit
We're
me
trying
up.
to know all that.
Tell us what you think we look like just by our voices. I actually want to know
Yeah, I want to like.
if
maybe-
we put this out and we have an audience.
I want you guys to like doodle us or something.
Doodle us and send it through our email or like
Yeah,
a
send
scan
it through
it
email.
and see what that'd be funny.
And
Be like super off.
we'll have another episode by the next week. And
The next
so
week we're gonna
look
do
out
every
for
week
it.
for sure.
Yeah, look out for it. All right.
And end it off. I'm kind of sad we're gonna end it off here.
You're kind of sad. You have more to say?
I mean, there's so much to say, but
There's some. We could make a second one right now. And
that'll be so fucking long. Oh my god, let's fucking end this bitch right now.
Alright.
Sorry guys.
All right.
Cause this is long pod. We did a long one. Okay.
To 2017, we
We say goodbye.
we say goodbye.
It was a good year. What do you wait? I didn't say about your year though. How was your year?
Let's clink our cups real quick. My
So-
year was beautiful.
There was ups and downs, right?
It was all ups for me. to be
I'm glad
honest.
I met-
I don't see the.
I met
downs.
Jeremy. That's one thing.
I'm glad I met Armando.
You know,
You know,
he's a good fella, guys.
he's a good fella.
Don't fucking copy me, bitch. Nah, actually, I'm not glad that this motherfucker's actually keeping me hostage in this motherfucking room. Please come by. It's the address is right now, and we're just like fucking.
No, for real.
Go
though.
off.
Like, I feel like I have another friend who's in it on the journey with me, and we're flying sky high. And you know, I appreciate you helping me out. I'll help you out, and let's just get this ball rolling. All right, snowball effect, baby.
Snowball effect. Well, hopefully, we'll help you guys out for your future endeavors or whatever you guys are doing. But hopefully, you guys are doing good too.
And keep on the lookout for my video, Barn Mart, and Armando's video.
James Oliver, Ghost Adventures.
All right, we're gonna post that sometime
Oh,
soon.
it's Ghost Adventures with James Oliver. Fuck it, something like that.
What would you say you posted by?
Ghost Adventures with James
March?
Oliver. Oh, how
Okay,
the title
give
it?
a little deadline.
Oh, we gotta give it a deadline actually.
I'll give it
Probably
a-
by end of February. We can do it.
I'm gonna say March. Okay, March. Early March.
Early March, if
Early
anything.
March, if anything.
If anything.
All right.
But we'll put it up in the public, display it. Yours too, your Walmart, you know. Unless you want to post it right now. I mean, yours is good right now too.
I'll wait.
Unless you.
I have some tweaks.
Some tweaks. Okay, you see some tweaks. Well,
All right.
but
Well, thank you very much, audience, and stay primal and stay classy.
sexy too, guys.
Doodles.
You still keep going. What are you talking about? You're still going. End it, motherfucker.